can't be beat. Indie films, industry talk, shining bright. Mia, Latoya B, be naked, keeping it tight. Produced by Corte, the beats don't stop. Tune in, get ready, we're always on top. I mean, I'm just saying, let's go.
Yo, take it out. Get back.
Alright, so look, the views and opinions expressed on, I'm just saying, by the host or hosts, do not necessarily state or reflect those of the channel. Furthermore, the views and the opinions on topics and segments by the host or hosts are those of their own.
Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl.
Hey.
Welcome to another episode of I'm Just Saying. I'm your girl, Latoya B.
And I'll be naked.
Yes, baby.
We are super excited about tonight's show. And before we get started, I just want to let y'all know we are powered by I Am Corte Entertainment. Your girl been off for a week or two, okay? I forgot my script. But listen, tonight's show is going to be phenomenal. But before we get started, we want to encourage you to share this live. Is there an echo? Do y'all hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So family, on tonight's show, it's going to be a special show for you guys tonight. We have some of the Dallas industry producers, directors, and writers up in the building. Shout out to all of our panel of guests that you can see here. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. And so before we dive in, I'm just going to take a moment and let our guests introduce themselves. So I'm going to call you out, and if you'll just say your name and your production company, and what level in the industry that you're in. Maybe you're the writer, the producer, director, even the actress or actor. So first up, we have Kirshen Jones.
Hey guys. I'm Kirshen Jones. I'm one of the owners of Q and Coda Films. I am a producer, director, and I'm a senior editor. So that's a little bit about me. I've been in the industry over 18 years. So I'm excited to be on this panel.
Okay, and Kirshen, if you'll tell the people the name of your production company.
Yeah, it's Q and Coda Films.
Q and Coda. Yeah, shout out to Q and Coda. Mm-hmm. All right, next up we have Gina Nicole.
Hello, everybody. My name is Gina Nicole. I'm with Genesis Productions, and I am a writer and a producer. Currently, I have Golden Voices Part 2 that is on Tubi. I wrote and one of the executive producers on Elite Society, and one of the producers on Shadow of My Past, and I'm an author as well. I have a book called Beneath My Flesh that's on Amazon and Barnes & Nobles.
Okay,
I've also casted for a few projects.
Nice. I didn't know you was an author. Okay, all right. Next up, we have Kagan Alexander Black.
Hey, I'm Black with Black World Cinema, newly rebranded from Al Black Films. I am a writer, producer, and director. Been in the industry for about, I guess, since 2018, or feature film industry since 2021. So happy to be here.
All right, nice. Next up, we have Lakeisha Avery Stewart.
Hello. My name is Lakeisha Avery Stewart. I am a writer, a director, an executive producer, and I'm also an author. My company is LAS Entertainment, and I've been in the business for over 10 years.
Okay, all right, okay. And last but definitely not least, we have Marvin Dejan.
Hey, I'm Marvin Dion, actually. The J is very Spanish. Blame my mama for that one. I am a writer, producer, director, shooter, editor. I do a lot of stuff. My production company name is my name, Marvin Dion. I've done films like Cruel Ambition and series like No Plus One and Gray. Those are out on YouTube. Got some things on Tubi. and I'm in the process of my next project. So I'm just happy to be a part of the panel.
All right. So once again, we want to say, I'm just saying, welcome. Okay. Thank y'all so much for being here. Our hopes is not to keep y'all until midnight. Okay. But no, family, we are super excited as always. We're going to jump into some great conversation. We're going to entertain you, and we definitely are going to get right to it. Okay. So at this time, what we like to do is we're just going to jump off with an icebreaker. Okay, panel. We're going to kind of go in shallow and then we're going to jump into the deep. All right. So I hope y'all know how to swim. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So first up, Mia, and let me just say this too, real quick, family. Tonight's show, as y'all know, it is the Dallas Indie Industry Talk. We just thought it would be so dope to have the creators, the movers, the shakers, the opportunity givers up in the building with us. Some of those questions that we always wanted to know, who better to ask than the people who make things happen, right? So throughout the show, family, if y'all have any kind of questions for this amazing panel, feel free to drop it in the chat, and if we have time, we'll definitely get to those questions. All right. Now, Mia, go ahead and take us away with our icebreaker.
So I think we're going to people that we don't know the best. So Miss Gina, I have a question for you. What is your all-time favorite movie? Not necessarily indie, but that one movie that makes you gotta watch it and you know it word for word. And why is that your favorite movie?
I think I like Eve's Bayou, and I think another one that I would say The Langoliers, Stephen King.
Why is your favorite?
It's probably two. I don't know. I can't choose between those two, but I like the creativity behind Langoliers because it's something that space, time, and travel. I'm kind of like a little sci-fi nerd, so I like that side of it, and I like the mystique of Eve's Bayou and the acting in it.
Hmm.
Good answer. Good answer.
Okay.
I used to be scared of that movie.
He's by
What?
you.
Oh yeah, I was the only one.
Nah, you ain't.
Okay. Yeah,
It
let's
was
not
a
act
little
like
weird.
that
It was a
now.
little, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we appreciate that answer. Thank you so much, Gina. Next up, B.
Okay, Kershawn. What's going on,
First,
brother? Cursion.
What's going
Okay,
on?
my bad.
Yeah,
Cursion. What's going on?
yeah.
So quick question. Who is your favorite actor or actress and why?
Um, Edward Norton. You know who that is? Spade and
Nah.
Split. Oh,
What did it start with?
yeah,
You said
Edward
Edward. That's an
Norton.
E. Okay, Edward.
Yeah. He is one of my favorite actors. It's just his versatility. If you ever watch Primal Fear, is one of my, since you're talking about like favorite movies,
Mm-hmm.
he's one of my favorite actors, but it's not one of my um favorite movies. Is not Primal Fear, but the way that he was introduced into this acting world, he's just such a versatile actor. You guys need to watch him. He eats up, like I said, every single role. He played in Split. If you've seen the movie Split, he was the
Oh,
Oh,
Beast
that.
in Split
Whew.
with
Yeah, he
Samuel
called.
Jackson.
He
Right.
called.
Edward Norton. I love him. But that's not my favorite movie, but I love him as an actor. Everything that he plays on, he eats it up. So that's my answer for that one. American History X, all-time favorite movie. One of my all-time favorite movies as well. He plays that role absolutely amazing. If you've seen him, he was a Nazi. So yeah, gotta look him
Gotcha.
up, man. He's
Okay.
dope. Dope actor.
Appreciate you, brother. All right, Edward Norton.
Yep.
Gotcha.
All right.
Toy?
Did you get all of that, B?
Yeah,
Oh,
I got it.
okay.
Yeah.
Got the spelling. Okay. Thank you so much for that answer, Cursion there. Next up, so I clearly know the panel. And so I'm going to have to go with Marvin. Marvin, what is your favorite genre of film? Is what I would like to know. What is your favorite genre of film?
Um, for me, I really kind of I'm a little basic. I kind of like drama personally.
Okay.
I can dig some horror, sci-fi, but I'm definitely kind of more into the psychological dramas, things that kind of delve into the mind and into the kind of meaning and stuff like that. So that's kind of my genre of choice.
Okay. So my follow-up question to that would be, have you ever thought about doing that type of film? But I saw Cruel Intentions. Or
Yeah.
no,
Ambitions, true
Ambition.
Yeah,
ambition.
yeah,
You
you
gonna mess
definitely
up the
Middle
seen
boy?
Cruel
You
name.
gonna mess up the
Intentions.
name?
I can't say the title of
Yeah,
your movie.
you're right. You're right. It's
Cruel
fine. No,
Intentions.
cruel
You know what I'm
ambition. No.
saying?
Yeah, my
Another
next
movie.
film is more of it's definitely a drama. So it's a lot more dramatic. It has some different. I play in horror and mystery a little bit with it from a genre standpoint, but definitely that's coming next.
I
Nice.
thought you were a rom com kind of guy. I thought he was gonna say, "I love a good romantic comedy."
I mean, I'm versatile, but I can do both. I do like rom coms. That would be second on the list.
Okay. Nice. 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 And forgive me because I know you and I know your name in the movie and I saw it.
Okay.
But so I'm just struggling. I was off
No,
last week. So forgive
I get
me.
it.
Okay, Mia, you're up next.
Mr. Black, you. What is the worst movie you ever saw? Like you were sitting in the theater, like I just wasted 2 hours of my life. What is your absolute like? This is trash water, and I'm not talking indie. I'm talking. What
Yeah.
is your absolute trash water movie?
I don't know if I've been to the theaters and actually seen a trash movie that wasn't indie. Um, as far as
Don't.
what? Oh, my bad. Whatever. Um, as far as like major production, me just sitting there watching it. Probably Pain and Gain. Y'all ever heard of that? Pain with Mark Wahlberg and Dwayne Johnson. They were like bodybuilders. It was terrible. It was like one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, so if you look, I ain't saying go watch it because it's not good, but I'm saying to get the reference, that's the movie. Pain, Gang, Painting, something like that. It was
Yeah.
based on a real story too, but it was horrible. It was
And it
horrible.
was bad.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Okay.
Like, how you expect people who are good, to get a good product out of it. I was very disappointed that Mark Wahlberg and Dwayne Johnson was in this film. I was like, this is crazy. And I'm talking about main characters. Yeah, it was bad. It
They
was
was in it for the bag. We already know that. Sometimes you just in it for the bag. Cause I bet
probably.
you they got it.
Our family says, Florida says, scamming bodybuilders. So,
Yep.
Oh, Borat. Borat was a horrible movie. That movie was horrible.
I haven't seen that one
It
either.
was
So,
horrible. It was
okay.
horrible.
All right. So, last but definitely not least, B, you're up.
You're on mute.
Damn, I was smooth too. Miss Gina Nicole, how you doing?
No, that would be.
What happened?
Were you just speaking to Gina?
I've already asked her question.
Yeah, it's Miss
It's
Lakeisha.
Keisha.
Oh, okay. Miss Lakeisha, how you doing?
Why?
I'm doing well, and you?
All right, yeah. I'm good. Um, have you ever acted in one of your own movies? And if you haven't already, would you like to be a lead in your own movie or no?
Oh, I don't want to be a lead in nobody's movie. I
Damn.
just pretend like I want to be a lead.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry.
Okay. What about like a support lead or
And I can
or
be a support, but I don't want to be no lead. I have a
okay.
limit of how many lines I want to remember. I think everybody know that. So when I say I want to be a lead, I just be playing. Y'all don't take me serious. I don't want to be nobody's lead. I don't. It's a lot of work. Ain't no joke. The leads, it's a lot of work, and you gotta, yeah. No. But I did do a little cameo in I'm Desperate. So yeah.
Huh.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit. Speak on it. Nah? Don't be shy.
Marcus says that.
Yes, okay. So shout out to I'm Desperate, but we'll get there. We'll get to that. All right. So panel, we just wanted to give y'all, some cute little, questions, surface level, okay? Before we dive in, put on your life vest. We don't want nobody to drown.
Oh, okay.
No,
Hey, the
seriously.
solitaire. Yeah.
We're gonna keep it cute. We're definitely gonna keep it cute. But tonight's show, it's just definitely, as I mentioned, just to kind of dive deeper into some of those pressing questions that several actors, actresses may have. And we definitely have to hit on some of the issues, the concerns, some of those things. And we're just going to go ahead and dive in. I do want to give a really quick shout out to the family. We do see y'all chiming in with us. So thank y'all so much. Keep that interaction coming. Again, if you have any questions for the panel, drop them in the comments. Okay. Now, how this thing is going to go, basically, we're just going to take turns asking questions, posing questions to the panel. If you feel led to answer it, go ahead and answer it. If someone else, when they're done, want to chime in on top of that, feel free to do so as well. And then after kind of maybe one or two or three, we're not really limiting that thing, but we definitely going to keep it moving. Okay. And so if I chime in and kind of be like, okay, all right, then we're just going to move on. All right. Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So Mia, first up, let's get this train moving.
All right. So you all have had productions, and what do you say when one of your actors in your production did not deliver? Like, do you catch it, or are you waiting to the end? Like, maybe they're gonna push through. How do you maneuver to when one of your actors not delivering what needs to be given?
Mm.
Anybody?
I guess. Yeah. So I'm. If you guys heard, I'm an actor's director, right? I started as an actor first, right? So I'm very versatile with my actors. I understand where they're coming from. So if that, it hasn't really happened a lot, but I have been, the reason why it hasn't happened a lot because the way that I do on my sets, we have rehearsals. You know what I'm saying? So I'm seeing we have tech shooting, we have rehearsals, we have practices the same, just like plays, we're doing that. We're just not jumping on set, allowing them to work by themselves, etc. But a lot of actors don't always bring their A game. I know top actors that do not bring their A game because something's going on mentally, right? So what I do, as in my respect, I pull them to the side. You know what I mean? I give them break. You know what I'm saying? Like, because our sets are so fun and lively, but sometimes it be hard for them. You know what I mean? So I don't really be rude to them. You know what I mean? I'm not pointing them out, etc. Because usually they're like, "My bad, bro. Like, I'm sorry, I'm just not having my day." I take a moment. You know what I mean? I clear off everybody off a set. I've done that before. This is only them on set because I see that there's something going on with them, and that's just me being attentive, being aware as an actor's director. That I'm clearing set. You know what I mean? I don't like point them out because usually they take accountability and sometimes they're apologizing. I'm like, bro, it ain't that deep for me. You feel me? Like, it's really not that deep for me. I casted you for a reason. Something might be coming off. Let's try again tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Or as I am, if people have been in my set, I might cut it. Yo, I like to get my takes 1 or 2 takes. You feel me? 1 or 2 takes, and we keep on moving on. So, hey, if you feel like that wasn't your performance, yo, that's your fault. I got what I got. You know what I mean? Because I'm the editor too, and you're gonna feel bad, and you better bring it next time. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
that's usually
and to
what
piggyback off that, I agree 1000%. I'm all about rehearsals. I'm all about getting in beforehand and getting it together. Because to me, in the rehearsals, if I feel like you're not salvageable, it's time to recast. Not gonna lie, I will do that only because I may not have the time to come back another day. I only got that location for that one day. I only got this amount of time. You're not giving it to me in rehearsals, baby. You gotta go. And that's just kind of what it is. It's not ill-intentioned. It's just kind of sometimes with the budget range some of us are on, That's kind of the way that has to flow for, at least to me. But I totally agree with him with everything he was saying about the rehearsals and stuff. I'm the same way. And if you're not delivering in rehearsals, you're not going to get to set. So I'm gonna make sure of that.
See, that's two different ways, actors. You might get over there. You get a time, you get a break. Not saying nothing's wrong with either one of them. I'm just saying over here, it's two different ways that people treat things. Over here, they gonna, take time with you. Over here, next. All right,
We don't.
take
If
it.
you're not getting it in rehearsal, then
Notes.
okay.
Anybody else?
Anybody
Yeah.
else want to speak on it? All right then.
No, Marvin pretty much said what I was going to say. So if it's two different approaches, really more what Kurjan says. If it's on set, and I'm confident in you already for the role, of course I'm going to give you some grace, give you some time, talk to you, try to give you some encouragement, let you know I got you, I got your back, I believe in that you can do this, and we're going to try to get the take that we can get. And as Marvin said, if it's like the case of we're doing rehearsals and it's just not connecting with you, then it's time to move on. It's just too much money on the line, and ultimately we're trying to get the best product. So, yeah, recasting in that situation.
Okay.
Okay.
Great answer, you guys.
Cool.
All right,
Me
B.
over here taking notes. We like cool.
Yeah, nah, that's what we're here for. Like we are here
Yeah.
to learn. I'm here to learn. But anyway, Gina, I'm gonna ask you a question, and then if anybody wants to chime in after she gives an answer, then feel free to. But how do you determine what actors get paid? Is it roles? Is it the skill? Is it the resume? Is it the budget? In your answer, give me a good explanation, please.
I mean, I'm glad you asked that question because I've seen that come up on social media. Actually, all of the above. So I want to say this may be out the way, but all I have to say to that is a lot of people, I see the whole no, I'm worth. And there's a lot of people that are worth a lot of things, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you're applying to a project and it says ultra low budget non union, if someone's inexperienced in the game, they know the pay rates, right? So I encourage anybody, just like if I'm looking for another job right now in corporate America, if the pay is not what I think that I weigh, then I'm going to go to the next opportunity. I'm not going to take the job and whine about it the whole time based upon what I think I'm worth. And I would ask anybody, it's the common sense thing to do. If you feel like the budget or what the production is paying is not in line with what you feel, you got to do what you got to do. But by all means, just like I'm not going to go and accept a job that I feel like would not be applicable to where I'm trying to go. I don't encourage anybody to do that, but at the same time, respect what a producer's budget is. And if it's not what you're looking for, go to the next project. There's really not a need for any back and forth. So when you see ultra low budget, there is a pay scale, ultra low budget non-union, there is a pay scale that is available to anybody out there as far as first. So I won't discuss individually what I pay people, but there's definitely a way to tell when you are submitting to a project, if it's not within your range, there's no need to press the submit button. There's no need to get upset. There's no need to have exchange with the producers. There's no reason to make a post. Go to the next project.
Okay. Uh, Great answer. Thank you. Anybody else want to chime in?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I want to talk about that.
Okay. That was hot.
Absolutely, BJ King.
Let's
Great
go. Let's
answer,
go.
Gina. If you guys don't understand that, the ultra low pay rate used to be $214 a day through SAG. Now it's $241. If you guys want to look it up, it's $241 a day. If you decide all this stuff is negotiable, let me tell you that. You have SAG stuff if it's SAG. Majority of people are not doing SAG, right? With me, if it's SAG or not SAG, I'm always, if anybody been on my set, if any actor has been paid on my set, I'm always going to go by SAG rates, no matter what, if I have it in the budget. It's Googleable. You can ask anybody that's worked with me. They got ages, they got whatever. But at the end of the day, you guys, it's all negotiable. You feel me? You have the standard union stuff that you have to abide by. But you guys, you have to understand, if I know I only have a budget to pay somebody for one day, don't forget that one day is high because they're getting paid that for the week. So if their daily rate, if you look at a SAG scale rate, they're getting paid $2,500 for the week, $3,200 for whatever their rate is, Schedule C, Schedule F, whatever. If I know I'm about to get somebody and I know I'm gonna have to pay them $3,000 for that week or $5,000 for the week, guess what? They're gonna get paid for that for one day because I'm shooting them out in one day. That's just what it is.
What determines that? I mean, is it like brand new actor? Like I was saying, like is it the skill, like the resume?
That's
Is
great.
it is it the following? Is it, you know?
No, it's not. It's none of that. At the end of the day, it's negotiable. You feel me? Like, don't forget, it's if you look at these contracts, micro budget, all this stuff is accessible. Like Gina said, you can Google it. If I'm doing a ultra low budget, if I'm doing a SAG micro budget, which can get approved, anybody can go online and do a SAG micro budget without going through the union, without going through none of that stuff. You don't get assigned a union rep, you don't get signed nothing. You go in there, you say your budget. If it's a series, etc., if it's under 20,000 per episode, if the whole project's under 20,000, SAG ultra low budget, SAG micro budget, whatever, you click on it, they give you the paperwork right there. On that paperwork, you guys, when to ask your company naked, it says you and a producer get to negotiate that. That's SAG or not, right? So it doesn't determine. I know based on an actor's rate, they're going to tell me what there is. And like Jenna says, I'm going to see if I can pay it or not, right? So they're going to come to me and say, hey, this is my rate based on what I've been paying. But at the end of the day, if I can't afford it, then I'm going to move on. And just like Gina says, some of these people that keep saying this stuff, they accept this stuff. You know what I mean? And they come back and say all this weird stuff at the end of the day when they understand the internal talks we have. So like, I'm very open about it. I can say right now, my last movie that we did, Harry Hines, I needed an actor and they didn't fit in the schedule. And she had to take off of work. Don't forget, we shoot straight. We don't shoot the weekends. We shoot straight through the weekends. Sometimes we have the weekends off. I paid more for her, and that wasn't even on her contract because I needed her that day. I asked her what was her daily rate that she was paying at work because she was a teacher and she's salary. I paid that rate $4.59, and that was way above, right? Way above because of the respect that I have. So it's not determined. It's based on us as producers. If we need you and it's gonna make our movie, we're gonna negotiate whatever we need to do. It was way over my budget, but below what it was a negotiation. You know what I mean? So it doesn't determine. I'm talking to all my actors. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I just want to piggyback real quick. The non-union, I guess people know, is that some people are non-union and they want to negotiate a SAG rate when they don't have a SAG card.
Mm-hmm.
So I just had to keep that in mind, that those are two different pay rates anytime they're applying for a job or an acting gig or whatever. And it is absolutely negotiable. But somebody with 10 lines, for example, I don't discuss pay rates versus a lead role, of course, you know, it's going to be different.
Mm-hmm.
And you would go by their skill set, and you would go by how they look for the script and how they talk, you know, as far as if they meet all the guidelines for that character that you're casting for. You would go by, are they going to share this? Are they going to have social media? Sometimes you may, you know, someone could say that they're going to share it more times than others, but you want to look at all of those things. And I also try to, you know, keep game about, you know, is this person going to be a liability? Also, on or off the set.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that was really good feedback right there. I hear you, Kagan, right there. But so y'all listen. So we're on the show called I'm Just Saying. And since that's the name of our podcast, I'm just saying I skipped something. And this is what we're going to do real quick, okay, before we go in deeper. We worked really hard to try to get this show prepared for you guys, panel. And we're just going to take a quick pause just to welcome you in and show you some more love, that a video that we just got uploaded, and just to love on you just a little bit more before we go in. Okay, so be ready when we come right back. You ready, Corte?
I'm ready.
All right. And welcome back.
Oh, that was fire. That was fire.
That was
Yes,
nice.
I do apologize
Oh.
for the delay, but we had to love on you guys. We are just super proud of you and all of that good stuff. And so, yeah, so we just want to drop that in and let you know we watching y'all. Okay. So listen, as we move in on our next question, I'm going to pose this to Keisha. How do you handle submissions? You know, whenever you guys have a project out there, and how do you handle submissions if someone has submitted a selfie or lots of busy background on their headshots, minimal resume or no resume? And is that immediately a no for you when it comes to your production?
Yes. Yes, I feel like if you're really interested in becoming an actor or actress, you're gonna do the guidelines. You're gonna do your research, and you're gonna make sure that you're coming a professional. You know, you want us to treat you like professionals. You got to bring us professional quality, even in the submission.
Okay. All right. Anybody else want to chime in on that as well? I'm sure y'all all have received that kind of submission.
Yeah, I just got done auditioning this past December. I turned pretty much everybody with a cell phone away, just because it's 2025 and technology is such that you can create a headshot out of a selfie, and so you could have did some little razzle dazzle. And so you just sit up here in your car with your head like this, like, no, we're not doing that.
You could have edited that.
I need you to at least try a little bit. So yeah, it's a chop for me, honestly.
So does it speak that those actors or actresses just doesn't take their craft serious or something? Is that kind of the what you get from that when they submit those kind of things?
A little bit.
Yeah.
I can do twofold. I agree with everybody. Because it is 2025. But I do this too. Those that submit that, I used to say, like, for example, come on as an extra, right? And they always turn that down because they think they lead. They think they're supporting. I really see if they're serious about it because I have a whole catalog. And so those certain people, yeah, I don't really look at them a lot. Especially if they're trying to get an audition. If it's not an open audition, we're telling you just come in. Who knows what you bring when you come in, right? But what Marvin was saying, like, absolutely. But then I test them. Come on, extra. I cast people from extra. You'd be surprised, y'all, when the way I test people. Like, come, you might surprise me, right? I might have a one-on-one, and I told people how people get cast in my movies. Anybody can tell you it's based on your interview. Like, I interview everybody. I might not want to work with you, which one I think Gina was saying. Somebody was saying that, like, you might not even be likable to even work with because your attitude's nasty. I know you won't work well with nobody on the set, and I can tell that by the interview. You know what I mean? So to answer that, like, it gets turned away, or I just test them to see, give them an opportunity. But it's 2025. You can take it serious. You can go to these classes that people be posting, like Cortez and Calvin and things that we've been doing. None of these people show up, you guys. That's the sad part. That might be another category that we talk about, but I'm tired of excuses. They don't show up. So that's it.
Okay. I would say yes and no for me.
Yeah, I agree
would
with
say
that
like Krishan said, I have a theater background, so I kind of been a drum instructor, and sometimes I work with new people. So if someone sends me like that, depending on how their approach is, I do ask them if they want to help out on set or do something so they can see how things work. Because sometimes people need not somebody that's going to take advantage of it and, wants to keep asking things they don't research. But some people really don't know where to start. If I get that kind of, and that's not what everybody, but if I get that kind of energy, then it's more out of ignorance and not laziness. I definitely will invite them on set, me personally.
Now if they don't have a resume, that's understandable because sometimes people are just now getting started. But at least do a headshot. I mean, show me that you're really passionate about what you're trying to do. So I'm not gonna knock a person because they haven't done any work. Because to be honest, I like working with newbies. They're willing to listen and take direction very well. But if you're coming to me with no resume and your headshot is a selfie, then I'm not gonna take you seriously. And I will also go and search your Facebook page to see what type of person you are on Facebook, on social media.
Yeah. I was going to add on that. I love what you said too. I keep going back to, I don't know if we're gonna talk about the category. They don't show up. I seen 1,000 events. I think uh who was that? A couple people, Nikki Dixon and the Dare Autumn did this LFN event. They were giving free headshots. I think it cost $10 to get in, and somebody was there giving free headshots. Like you said, Marvin said, there's opportunity to give it. People give stuff, but you can determine if they're lazy, if they're new, etc. You know, that's just based on deciphering. But there's no excuse, to be honest. A resume, correct. That's
Okay.
these headshot stuff. There's opportunities to get a headshot. You know,
Right. Very, very good point.
Yeah.
B, looks like we have a question from our family. Did you see that?
Yeah, Keisha hit on it. That's what I was gonna say. But Yolanda said, "What about the people who are new and just started who don't have a resume? Does that mean don't bother submitting?" And
Oh,
Keisha already hit on
okay.
that.
Perfect. All right. Okay, so Mia, we're going to keep moving along. Mia.
Well, since we kind of got into it, I was going to push it a little bit later. But since we have hit on it, my next question is what about people and you don't like their social media presence or you don't like them as a person? Would you cast an amazing actor that you don't like as a person or you don't, like you said, they crying on Facebook or TikTok or whatever else?
Mm,
So does their social media presence slash you don't like them, does that stop them from getting a role?
Not if
good question.
if they can deliver.
Okay.
Business is business. I can put
business,
That
my
business.
personal aside. You know, if
Um,
we can be respectful to each other and handle this business, let's do it. All that other stuff, we'll take that up when we say action cut.
Okay,
Uh,
but I'm a killer though, right? Like
You know,
what you
I'm
mean
just
you're a
saying.
killer?
A
I'm
child
just saying.
molester.
and
Yeah,
you're free.
yeah. What if I
Like
did?
you
What if I
right.
just did? 10 years or so. I'm just. What if I
That's a
did some
different
time?
question. That's a
Yeah,
different
yeah,
question.
very
oh,
different
Um,
yeah,
question.
Yeah, all
To
right.
be fair,
right.
everybody.
For me, it depends on the role that I'm casting. Like if it's a lead role, I'm probably not going to. Simply because I'm big on energy. I like great energy on my sets, and if you're someone that I can't get good energy from, I'm not going to want to correspond with you. And as a director, I need to communicate with my lead, or people in, supporting roles, supporting leads, or whatever. So I like good energy. I like for people to have a good professionalism about themselves. So if that's lacking, then I'm probably going to look elsewhere. But two liner or something like that. Yeah, okay, yeah, I ain't tripping. But the
Yeah.
lead or like I said, a significant role in the film, I'm probably not going to.
okay. All
Uh,
right.
That's a good answer.
that's a good
That's
question.
Uh,
yeah, that's good feedback right there.
what
Mhm.
yeah, because you
about
never know. They probably try to sabotage your work if
That's
they
what I was going to
leave.
say.
Mm,
What about, because like you said, you have seen on social media where people are posting negative things about the industry. If you come across this person and now they audition for you, you like, man, I know you talk bad about the industry, about your pay, about this, that, the
I
third.
I
It
think it,
depends
I
on
think I
what they
think it's
post.
kind of a fine line type of thing.
that's a good
It's
Okay.
point.
like it's like if they're out here talking shit about everybody, yeah, I'm not gonna hire that person.
Right.
But if maybe you have a crash out every now and then, oh, okay. If that's something I just say, look, keep that shit together. Okay, I might have a little conversation with you. But like Keisha said, it's business. So at the end of the day, what I feel about you personally has nothing to do with this role. Can you do this role? Yes. If you can, and I don't like you personally, that's cool. I mean, yeah, we got to draw the line at murderer and child molester and shit like that, of course. But at the same time, it's more or less, I don't care about your personal life. Can you bring this character I've written to life? And if you can, cool, let's work. I'm gonna pay you. You're gonna go your own way. Now, after a while, I may have to block you and disassociate, but hey, we got the job done, and that's really what I care about.
Mm,
I think I agree with Lakeisha and Marvin. Most of the times, if I don't like an actor, it's just a matter as can they do the role or not, But if it's to the degree and they're crashing out to the point to where I think that they may make other people in their scenes uncomfortable, depending on the subject and depending what they're saying, because unfortunately, some of these crash outs it could be another cast member. You know what I'm saying? And that could start to be a conflict of interest. So as long as it's not to the degree to where it's insulting other people that may be involved at that point, and it's just because, like Hagan said, you don't really want that on set.
Actors out there watching, and in the comments, I need y'all to be taking notes. All right, leave that shit on Facebook alone, bro. Like
Off of
watching.
social
Yeah,
media,
I
colleagues
mean,
and
because if
friends.
y'all, I mean, in real life, in our 9 to 5 jobs, some of those employers do reference social media. You know what I'm saying, to determine if you're going to get that job. So it should have the same standard when it comes to the industry. You know what I'm saying, on what you put on your social media to some extent, form or fashion. Is all I'm saying. You
And
know.
hey,
also, just to piggyback off that a little bit, I
Mm-hmm.
also the post when a lot of people say, I deserve a lead role, or I need a lead role, or, just make sure, man, because we see that too. Like, make sure when you come into audition in front of us that you are preparing yourself for something like a lead role. So make sure that, you have everything together. Make sure that you are in classes, that you are actively, getting better, because you want us to say, oh, okay, I seen you say it, and you came in and showed why you should have a lead role. Not you don't want to been talking about a lead role for the past, a year. You don't want to give off that impression. So I'm just saying, like, just also be ready for what you're asking for, because we see that on social media as well.
Okay.
I,
All
I
right.
think
Good point.
it's
Good
cool.
point.
Yeah,
All right. B, you got the next question?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
I'm
feel
sorry.
like,
I'm gonna take that from you real quick. We want to give a really quick shout out to LaShara for 200 stars, as well as Ty for dropping 50
hey,
stars on your good podcast. We thank
250.
you. Thank you for
Thank
the love. Thank you for
you.
the support. Okay, now B, back to you.
Oh, it's on me. Okay. I feel like everybody might have a different answer to this one, but I might have the same thing. I'm not sure. Because you all are writers, directors, and producers, what do y'all want to see? Uh, what do y'all want to see from these actors in the Dallas industry? What more do you want to see on your projects? What can we work on? What can we get better at? What?
get off
Character
of social
development.
media.
Making
All
sure
right.
that you
Okay. Hold
really
on.
know.
Deja.
My fault. Go. Let's Gina Nicole, ladies first. Let's go. Was you talking first? No. Oh, that was Lakeisha.
No, I mean,
Oh,
I can
okay.
answer. So anyway, I was gonna say, first off, I would say, I think the thing that's annoying to me, if you don't know how impressions work, either ask a question or stay in your lane. Very respectfully,
Yeah.
because you have some people like, just like actors want to say hashtag booked it, you're gonna have a producer that says I have so many views, and you're gonna have people say, why didn't I get paid this? When I gonna pay this? Blah blah blah. If you don't know how the budget is broken down, if you have not executed a budget, if you don't know percentages on the back and the back end, if you don't know how points work, if you've never produced a film from start to finish, you can ask the question, but if you don't know and you're speaking on something that you haven't done, it's kind of disrespectful. It's kind of like somebody picking up a script and they haven't had to memorize your lines and they're telling you how to do it. There's going to be slightly, a little bit of audacity to that.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, if you don't know how many impressions equal dollars per network you're speaking on,
Mm.
just don't do that. Don't make
Yeah.
assumptions. You can research it, you can ask questions, but the little snide comments, it's just not cool.
Hey,
Okay.
don't bite the hand that might feed you. Don't bite the hand that might feed you. We keep saying the burnt man. Just don't bite the hand that might feed you. Like I tell you, stay off of social media. I always tell actors, there's the truth, and there's the truth. You know what I mean? A lot of people like chaos and all this stuff, and they go with the negativity, but yet don't go to other people. Like, stay off of social media, man. Find out for yourself. You know, I told people like right now, and I love this panel. The people know me in turn. I said I'm on my 50 Cent right now, right? I'm trolling on purpose. I'm doing all this stuff. There's so many people that say negative stuff about me. Whatever. It brings more attention, more impressions, more likes, more to say, dang, they've been lying the whole time. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of stuff that happens. So actors, like what Gina said, please don't speak on what you don't know. It's a lot of stuff y'all don't know. And if you just sit back and ask, we might give you those answers as producers. I know I will. I don't know about everybody else on the panel. I'm an educator at the end of the day. And behind the scenes, I am teaching so many people so much stuff to make them better because that's my ultimate goal. People know me. This industry is a ministry for me. That's it. I don't have anything else. It's a ministry. So,
Lakeisha
yeah.
and Mark, what do y'all want to see from us actors?
Character development. I
That's
strive
important.
to give the actor enough time to dive into the script. And if you come on set not prepared, I'm asking myself, okay, why did I give you that time if you're not going to utilize it? And I understand that we might not pay actors the amount that they need to or would like to get paid, so they take on multiple roles and multiple jobs. But you have to really be considerate when you have committed yourself to that first one before the second and third, to make sure that you're really putting in the work and developing that character and not coming to set not really knowing who that person is, not creating that background story. And yeah, just really put in the work.
Yeah, I agree with what everyone's saying, from Keisha's the character development to Gina and Kirsten's stay off social media. I believe both paths are true. Whether that's from the actual development side of the performance or the actual business side of the, make sure your brand looks polished. But I also want to add like charisma. I literally have sat through several auditions trying to cast my new project, and people don't have that it. They don't have that thing that when they walk in a room, I see you, I want to see more. It's just you walk in, you're flat, you read your lines like you read it off the paper, you don't give it no life, and you expect me to be like, yeah, you're the lead in my next project. Fuck no, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna need you to own it. I need you to come in. I need you to come in and tell me I am this actor, I am this character, and I want to see more people in Dallas own it and be it and show their it factor, because it's not. I'm not seeing a lot of it factor out here. So can we work on that? Can we work on that a little bit? That's just my take on it.
To piggyback off Marvin a little bit, to add on to that, I want to see less talk, more work. Let's get out of this delusional mindset as well that everybody is amazing. I'm tired of seeing people tell me that you're good. Tell me where you should be. Show me that. Show me in the audition space. Show me when people have these spaces like acts off. Shout out to Lamar Strait. When you go to these spaces and you're in front of your peers and you're performing and you're in your element, show me this. Make me see you. I don't want to, again, keep seeing, you saying this and that. Like, show me this. Let's talk more work. Let's get to work.
Like
Great
that.
answers.
All right.
Absolutely.
That's good feedback right there. That is
Yeah.
really good feedback. I feel like I got my notes over here.
Right. Look.
Let me say this real quick.
Okay.
For those that's listening, these people that's on the panel, these are writers, directors, and producers. All these people is working. They giving out opportunities. They putting out films. They putting out work. So if you watching, you listening, man, y'all need to be taking notes, man, because they giving y'all the game right now. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, yeah, let's keep it.
All right. So Cortez, if you could pull up, Adrian had a really good post that I just wanted to hit on real quick because it brings me into my next question. He says, your presence all the way around should be professional as an actor. It can and will cost you jobs, especially on major productions. Productions do not want to deal with liabilities to the projects. They hire looking for you to be an asset to the project all the way around, especially major projects in indie as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, quit playing. Professionalism is important, which brings me to my next question, panel. How do you feel about, because I don't know if y'all have had this on your set, but the sets I've been on, I've witnessed it. Okay, how do you feel about an actor and actress who has had to bring their child to set while they do while they fulfill their role? How do you feel about that? Because, when we talk about the professionalism of it, your sitter canceled on you last minute, whatever that looks like. And some actors or actresses had to bring their child to set. How do you feel about that?
So I go.
You were kind of
I
choppy in
don't.
my end. You're talking about bringing kids to set.
Yes. People have been on set and they've had to, fulfill their role, but they had to bring their child with them for whatever reason. Sitter canceled on them, had to go pick them up from school, whatever that looks like. I've seen
Yeah.
children on set while we're filming,
No.
and
No. Listen, man. I understand that life is life, right? So sometimes things happen to where that might be your only option, right? But the thing about film productions is we give notice, we give call sheets, we let you know where you're gonna be, when you're gonna be, like well ahead of time to make accommodations for these things. And also if you know you got a child that's terrible as far as behavior, like that's not productive to the set. So um I would prefer not to have kids. Now if you're like someone who is essential, of course, to shooting, as far as the character or whatever, actor, and that's the only thing you have. Of course, I'm understanding. Of course, if we can find someone to look out for your kid while you shoot your scenes, then we're going to make that accommodation. But don't assume. Do not just bring your kid to set and I have to send you away because you think this is a daycare. That's we don't take our kids to 9 to 5s, you know what I'm saying, and just expect our supervisor to be like, oh hey, sit right here while you work. No, it doesn't work like that. So definitely when you know about the issue, tell me. Let's find a plan together, but don't just show up. That's the worst thing you could do.
all right, okay, all right. Anybody else want to chime in on that? Have y'all had that experience, or do y'all feel like that as well?
I
Yeah,
feel
I
like
agree with
if it's an
Kagan.
older child, it's not as much of a problem, but then I got to go by like what is the material going on? I don't want to be liable if it's something rated R and you got like a small child on set too. So it depends on the genre, excuse me. And also, is this child, I mean, if we're talking under 18, like are they 14, 12? Or are you talking about a 2 month old or 2 year old? That's on a totally different level, the age of the child and the genre of the movie. But, and that has, if it's an emergency and they're not, like Kagan said, like kind of like out of hand and they're like a little bit older, it's not as much of a problem to find something to do if they're like 10, 12 years old. But anything too much younger than that, no.
Keep your babies at home, basically.
Okay.
Especially if they bad. Got
Keep your
especially,
bad babies at home.
it. Got
especially if they bad. Okay.
it.
All
Okay.
right. I don't think that is really a debatable, topic there, because it just makes sense. Like you said, we don't do it at 9 to 5. We need to respect people's sets as well. You know what I'm saying? All right, moving along,
Yeah,
Mia.
Mia.
Yeah. So you guys are staples in the community. We all see you on social media when people see you in public. Hey, how you doing? But when you turn around, there is a bullseye on your back. How do you deal with that? With somebody either coming for your spot, talking behind your back, like you got a bullseye on your back. How do you handle that?
Oh, what's mine is mine, so nobody can take my spot at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And if your energy is below a certain meter, I'm not going to give you mine. So,
Um,
Yeah.
personally,
It's
I don't know that I believe that it's like a bullseye on my back. Personally, I try to stay detached. Marvin's in his own world. Marvin's on his own island, and I'm doing what I do. And so nobody can take from me what I'm doing for myself. So at the end of the day, I support everybody who's out here that's black and going for what they're wanting to go for. But I ain't paying attention to none of that personally. I really don't ever get on Facebook. I be on IG. I be on Twitter, but I don't pay attention to that stuff because I ain't got time for it. I'm trying to create. I don't have time to be out here acting like these boys in the hood. This is Dallas film. What are we talking about here? So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I personally, I just don't have the time for it, and I don't think that anybody's coming for me, and I don't think that there's a bullseye on my back. I believe that, like he said, what's mine is mine, and I'm gonna get what's mine.
Okay. Well, we loading up the straps. We getting the people together. We going. Nah, man. Listen. I think this panel is a good example for something like that because we all are different. I don't think that any one of us makes the same kind of films. I don't think we're the same style writers, directors, or anything. So it's like there is no reason for anyone to be wanting a particular spot. There is not anything that says that only a few people can be successful
Can
or
y'all
a few
hear me?
people can make films. So if anything, you should be reaching out to this panel or people who you see are moving the way you want to move and ask for advice and ask for next steps. Maybe you only have an idea and you're wondering, how do I put this into motion? So that's more about the questions that you should be asking versus saying, Gina Nicole, I want her spot. Like it doesn't work like that. I don't think any one of these people on here are going to stop making films anytime soon. So if you're waiting for that, then you're going to keep waiting. So
Okay.
just ingratiate yourself, ask questions, and when it's your turn, it's your turn. And we'll support and we'll clap for you the same way I do these other people.
All right.
I
And
was
family, go ahead. Did you have something, Gina?
I don't know. I was gonna say I feel the same way that Kagan does. I just feel like I only compete against my own self. When I want to write something, I write something. That's just based upon my own time, because I don't have to do what anybody else is doing. It's like everybody has a film. You can see, and you go to any streaming network, there are so many films. So I never looked at it as there was anything such as called a spot, because there's so many projects streaming. It's just you got another one up there if you choose to, whenever you choose to. I just never looked at it as anything competitive, me personally.
Hmm.
Huh?
All right, family. So, I have to be the bearer of good news. Um, so we are going to pause just for a quick second, just to kind of grab something to drink, whatever. We're going to jump into a really quick commercial, but come back because we still have some more industry talk when we return for some more of, I'm
I'm just
just
saying.
saying. We'll be right back. Welcome back and welcome back. That was just enough to take a swig, okay? I want to give a really quick shout out to I Am Cortate for that dope trailer that you just saw. But I'm Married will be dropping on April 1st on Tubi, starring your girl. Shout out to that
Hey.
dope production. We also have our on the panel Marvin, who was the DP of that amazing project as well. Thank you, Marvin. Now we're going to go
And
ahead and
Mia,
move.
who was the script supervisor of that amazing production.
Mia,
Can y'all
baby,
hear me?
let me tell you something about our scripty. Okay, We do not want to skip over her, okay? Because she will get you right. Line, what line? Yes.
Can you
She
guys
even
hear
helped
me?
put on my nails. Yes. Okay. Come through, wardrobe.
Yes. Yeah, we can hear you, Kirshen.
Yeah, man, I had to go. Like, I wasn't hearing none of the conversation at all.
Oh no. Okay.
Like,
So
I
you
had,
can
yeah,
you can hear us. You can hear us clear now, Kurjan.
yeah, I can hear it clear now. I had to get on my phone. Like, I don't know. I'm in a
Oh.
hotel, so
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Well, we just come back from a quick commercial, so we're about to jump right on back in. Okay.
Okay. Yep.
So, panel, have you ever had to recast in the middle of production? Okay. And if so, why?
Kagan?
I feel attacked.
For Black say you can go.
I mean,
I
it's like,
feel
why?
attacked.
Oh shit.
I feel attacked. Yes. So yes, I have recast it before. I'm not above it. Kind of touching on what we was talking about earlier. If of course, like Marvin said, locations, timing matters, of course, because sometimes if you have longer with an actor, actress, you may can get them there. But if we don't have that time, and I have, I've worked with veterans before that I feel like can come in and give me what I need in the role, then yeah, I'll recast you. So what's important to remember though is that I never want people to look at it as I'm saying that you're not good enough because I hold myself accountable in that role as well. When I cast, sometimes I miss. Sometimes I don't hit the mark as far as casting the right person for what I was looking for. So it's not like you were bad and I'm saying that you're not good enough. It's hey, this wasn't a match. It's not a fit. Doesn't mean I won't come back to you on something else. It just means for this particular role, I need to go with somebody else.
So, Kagan, let me ask you really quick, and this
Yeah.
may be a redundant question, but since you've had to recast in the middle of production, does that require you to go back and reshoot those scenes that person was in, or do you just make the transition moving forward? Like, I don't know how
I've
that
had to
works.
do both. I've had to do both. So
Okay,
actually, the first ever feature film I shot was the Drop Spot, and we actually did have to do some reshoots. Um,
that's right.
Funny story. It was
I
actually
witnessed
my
that.
cousin that was in this role, so it didn't work out, and I had to recast him. So we actually had to do some of the same scenes. Yeah, you was a part of the scene.
I
You
was a
remember,
part of that. I
right?
forgot. That was
So,
one of my scenes. Yeah, I
but
forgot.
yeah, I've had to do, but that was the only time I had to do
Wait,
it.
wait. So you fired your cousin? Is what you just said?
Yes,
Because
I
you
fired
went.
Yeah,
my
he
cousin.
he don't care about nothing.
So
Damn.
for anybody thinking that me and Brandon are too close or Dex Lewis in the comments, understand that I fired my cousin and anybody can get it. Okay,
Anybody can
Anybody
get it.
can get fired.
Hey,
Anybody.
Damn.
business,
But
like Keisha said, business is
Business is
business.
business.
business is
Yeah.
business.
Okay.
But you
5,000
typically try to
friends
stay
house.
away from reshoots because, like Marvin said, locations, budget, things like that. So I usually try to, nip that in the bud before we get to your scene. But yeah, if it's workable, I'll ask Marvin. I typically work with Marvin, and he said, "Yeah, we can do it." Then you probably finna get up out of here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else want to? Oh goodness. Anybody else want to jump in on that?
I'll
Oh,
say I have and leave out the production name several times.
You had to do what? I'm sorry.
I was just saying, and my career time, it's happened several times, but I don't want to add the production names.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to call out any to where it's connecting dots and do all that on social media. So, but yes, I've had to.
So we've learned that Miss Gina don't play none and Black is heartless. All right. What's next?
Facts.
okay. Okay. All right. All right. So moving along, Mia.
So,
And at this level, Mia, we just want to go in even deeper.
oh, go
Okay.
in, go in, go in.
Yeah.
Okay,
We just want to go in
okay.
even deeper. I mean, we didn't loved on them. We didn't, but hey, let's just go ahead and turn the fire up a little bit. Okay.
I've had a couple of one-off conversations with a few of you guys, but my question is, How do you? Because you know, betrayal never comes from an enemy. You can only be betrayed by somebody you love. How do you handle the betrayal? And then you still got to see them at the next premiere because this circle is so small.
Block
What was
helps.
the betrayal?
Oh, they talked about you behind the set. They cross talking, however they betrayed you.
Mm.
Subliminal posts, and you know they were talking
The
about you.
subliminal post, the outright post, the side conversations, the group
Man, look,
chats.
I'm a direct person. Look, if it's something you did that I don't like, now, Mia, you are right that the ones that hurts the most is the ones that the people you love. But there's been people that I don't love that betray me. But we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna let you know how I feel. We're gonna get to the root of it because what I'm not gonna do, I'm not gonna be fake with you. I'm not gonna be at your premiere smiling all in your face. I'm not gonna be all, under your comments and everything and laughing and reacting and we ain't talked about nothing. So I'm a very direct person. I'm very big on communication and I'm very big on being genuine. One thing no one is ever going to say about Black is that he's not a straight shooter and he don't keep it real. So I respect that. I expect that in return. So if you're around me and you're not doing the same, then we have an issue. So that's what it is.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I do try to be as straightforward as possible, but if I realize the relationship's not salvageable, I'm gonna let you know exactly where we get on and off, and we just gonna keep it cute in public. And other than that, block helps because I don't have time for the bullshit. So and I fight. So we don't want to do that. So it's probably for the best to just set the boundaries, say what it is, move on, keep it cute, keep it on mute, and we gonna be Gucci. Yep.
Just let your work to speak for itself.
Mm.
That's all I say. That's always been my main thing. Is so much people say, and then you just let it happen. Silence is golden. People hate when you're silent. They just
So,
hate it. You can't feel the fire. You be silent. Let your fruit speak for itself.
so
That's
you
it.
you turn the
And you
other
keep on
cheek. You
going.
don't address it
Mm.
I told you
because we got.
I'm a troll. I'm a troller right now in my 50 Cent era. I show it literally. Just watch. I do it by posting. I do it. You gotta know because at the end of the day, like you said, you never know the person's gonna help you. You know what I mean? So don't bite the hand that feeds you. And like Marvin said, I just stay in my lane, let people talk. We all been through it. Like people just be doing some weird stuff, and I start saying it's deeper. Yeah, everybody going through something. It's deeper, man. Like everybody going through something. Be quiet. Keep on going and let your fruit speak for yourself. That's what I do. You know.
Yeah, I'm not going to address anything that someone has said, somebody else has said to me or about me, because at the end of the day, if they're not bold to walk up in my face, then what their words don't hold no weight for me. So I'm
Mm.
gonna be like
Mm.
Beyonce. What she said, "Get your paper." Is what Beyonce say. I'm not a Beyonce fan, but I know that's one song that she
Well, why
played.
you quoting her?
Right.
Because she got some quotes now. She got some quotes to be quoting.
Best revenge is your paper, people.
Hey, Mia.
Avoid.
Hey, Mia. Let's answer Tyrone question before I get to mine.
Yes.
It's
Very good
not working.
question.
Tyrone
Huh?
said it's not working with an actor because they work with someone else and have an issue. Someone else that you have an issue with. Okay.
Say it
It's
again.
not working with an actor.
It's
Is
not working with an actor
Oh yeah,
because
Oh,
they
no,
work
oh,
with
that's
someone else that you
I'm
have
not
an
in I'm
issue
not in
with.
high
Stupid.
school. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
that's
work with whoever
stupid.
work with me. I'm
That's
not gonna do
dumb.
that.
Childish,
Yeah,
childish.
you
Uh-uh.
dumb.
you universally agree, man.
No,
Whatever problems that somebody else may have with an individual has nothing to do with me. If you
Right.
nothing.
haven't wronged me, then I don't have no issue with you. I'm not
Nothing.
casting people. I'm not working with people because of whatever. I hear it. I understand that you might have an issue, but that's not my issue.
Yeah,
Right.
it's like we. This ain't a gang war. This ain't. Oh, this my turf. This my turf. We ain't doing that. We creators. What are we
Mm-mm.
talking about here?
Thank you, Marvin. Thank you, Marvin. And are we? You say we're going deeper, you guys? Is this the deeper questions right now?
Yeah.
That was
Okay.
Oh,
Tyrone's
okay.
questions.
That was
that,
Tyrone though. That one came from Tyrone.
That came from the chat.
but is this segment the deeper? All this stuff is
Yeah,
the
it's a
deeper.
little bit deeper.
And the white. Okay, yeah. So when what's called said, don't worry about it. Fruits. This is honest. Majority of people that see that talk about you, they in your phone behind the scene. That's why I'm saying that. Then they're calling you, they texting you. The same people that's talking about you. It's weird, y'all. That's why I said don't do the Facebook banging. That's why I say don't do the Facebook
Yeah.
banging. You know what I mean? Just don't do the Facebook banging,
Well,
y'all.
if you in my phone, don't play with Black. I don't care where you said it. I don't care where you said it. I don't care who it was said
Yeah.
to. I'm going to address it. So don't play with
Yep.
Black. That's all I'll say.
I love it.
I
Yep.
try to address things behind closed doors because I don't like all that, whatever.
Yeah.
And I go straight to the person. I try to do it behind closed doors, but I tell you, I really try to stay out of two places, and that's jail and hell.
That
But some people will try to, when you turn the other cheek, they will take it too far. And I'll just leave it at that. But I could take it far too. I just choose not to.
You heard
Hey,
Shannon Sharp. He said,
I have a
that's in the
tattoo that
Bible.
says
I ain't
I
in
have a
there.
tattoo that says on my arm, it says the best revenge is progress. That's what my tattoo says.
Ooh.
Mm.
Okay.
So it's a big old tattoo on my left arm with a lion Leo. It says best revenge is progress. That's it.
Okay.
Okay, she
Keep
ain't
on
going to
going.
jail or hell behind you.
I'm loving that.
I love
Listen,
that.
hashtag no jail, no hell, and progress.
I will put that, Corte. I need that on the shirt.
That is so good. All right,
That's so
fellas,
good.
we're gonna move on to the next. B, what you got?
All right. Being an up and coming actor, we might see posts about the movies. We might see the numbers is going crazy, and it might seem like the budget is getting bigger, or this movie, this production is making more money, which might cause actors to ask for more money. So my question is, what are some of the challenges that a writer, producer, director, what are some of the challenges that y'all face behind closed doors, behind the camera that y'all have to deal with? I guess, you can say the budget and shit.
I kind of answered that earlier,
Yeah.
I I think
They
that
answered
people
that.
make assumptions without doing their research,
Mm.
and they don't ask not one question. And what the funny thing is, what I really want, I'm not a hater. What I would love, and I mean love, is some of the actors to make their own movie start to finish, especially the ones on the
yes,
sidelines that talk the most.
yes.
Mm.
I'm ready. I want you to do it. I want you to pay for everything. I want you to pay everything that you said. Pay all of your actors, because the crazy thing is, the money just don't go to actors. They go to locations. They go to craft services. They go to the crew.
Speak.
Actors are very, 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 very important. I started off in acting, but it was also important? The editor, the DP. I mean, there's so many other
The script
positions of people that
supervisor.
have to be paid. So when you're seeing those views, do you even know how much money that person put in? Do you know how much they owe people? Do you know how much they owe an investor? Do you know how many points are already going in the background? How do you know by views? And how do you know how many views equal to how many dollars? If you don't
Mm.
know the answer to those questions, there's really no need to make an assumption unless you're going to ask or do your research.
Facts.
Mm.
Now, Mr. Tyrone, because Tyrone is asking these questions, and he
Yes,
say, "So
another.
I
Okay.
understand flying in talent with the name. So how can we build our own stars here in the Dallas indie scene? Uh, and it's getting behind talent with motion in the Metroplex not smart. So is it better to fly in talent or let's build Dallas? What we doing?"
I'll
So
tell. I'm sorry. I'm
Mm.
gonna step out first.
Go ahead.
I would love to build Dallas. I would. I genuinely have been in this market trying to build a career in the arts for 20 years. Started as an actor, did plays, down in film. The thing is, I've seen this industry go from being able to like pull in maybe 5 or 10 people to an audition to now where you're having to turn away because you don't have enough time. I've seen that change. But what I haven't seen is I haven't seen people be a little bit like everybody's talking about the rate is the rate. Yeah, but the budget
Mm.
is the budget. It ain't going to budge. So at the end of the day, are these actors willing to work with us on our budgets? Because at the end of the day, some of us are dreamers too. We are the ones really trying to create something from scratch. We're taking a script and we're turning it into an entire film. All you're doing is coming in on almost the basic middle portion, saying, "I'm going to put my little acting skills, which sometimes aren't that great, on display here." Okay, great. But what is that going to get me? Probably nothing. Because I now have to market this film. I have to now try to do everything to get money in back that I've already spent out on this movie. And so I've been the type of person. I have worked with people to say, I'm going to make you a star. We're going to work together. You're going to be in all of my films. It did not go so well. You want to talk about betrayal? Yeah, I could go there with that one, but I'm not. But the reality is this. It is smart to kind of hit your wagon. I would love to build a troupe kind of like a theater company, something like that, and kind of work that way and just kind of make stories out of nothing. A lot of us love that idea, but that reality is not there. And unfortunately, a lot of actors, like we said before on the panel, have that I'm the lead standpoint. You don't want to come in and do a bit role. You don't want to come in and do a supporting role. You want to be the one with the most lines that you don't memorize. So at the end of the day, it's like, what are we doing here? We don't have that base to pull from.
Let me butt in because I know Tyrone is asking this to you because you just said it. What type of actors? This is Tyrone. He said, "What type of actors deserve to have a rate?"
Ones that can get you seats, get you clicks or views. That's my opinion. Anybody else got a different opinion? My thing is, if you have a following and I can build something off of that, we can build together. Hell yeah, let's do that. But at the end of the day, if all you're giving me is your acting talent, then you're gonna take what that SAG rate talking about, and you're gonna be happy with that.
What was you saying, Black?
Return on investment. That's the type of actors, to me, in my opinion, that can come to me and say, "This is my rate," because you're saying, and now I'm not saying everybody that asks for it. I'm saying the actors that I don't mind talking to about, because that means you can guarantee me or a good chance that I'll have some results by paying you this rate. I'm not. This is just me. I'm not speaking for the panel. I'm not paying you a rate because you think you good. Just because just because you think your talent got better doesn't mean my budget got bigger.
Hold on.
Let me say it again.
One more
Just
time.
because you think your talent got better doesn't mean my budget got bigger. And to piggyback a little bit on Marvin with the point he made about building stars, give us time. Guys, understand that this is very new as far as us making films. As far as we couldn't even did this panel 5 years ago because a lot of us hadn't even made films yet. So understand that give us time, but also I'm tired of hearing to a certain degree that, well, they flying in talent, not building stars. But when I go to try to make a movie with a lot of talent in it, then I'm hit with, oh, I need this per day. Oh, well, that's not going to work for me for the rate. And I'm not saying on what stuff that I think, I'm saying on what I know. So I'm tired of it. If you truly about building Dallas, then quit coming to the producers talking about what I need per day. And you can't give us no return on the investment. Quit doing that because you think you got a long resume of whatever. Like, if we're building, we're building. So come with that mindset. Understand that this movie, you might not win on this one. Me neither am I. I'm not saying I made $1 million and you're not going to get none of it. When the producers make money, it's when everybody can make money. Understand that's how it works. It doesn't work no other way. When the producers make money, everybody make money. Until that happens, then we'll be in the same place that we are now. People complaining about other people being flew in or whatever. I personally have never flew in stars before. I've always tried to build. Brandon has been in all of my movies. Dex Lewis, as well as Latoya. A lot of people have been in the movies that are here, and because that's what I want to do. I want to build Dallas. But again, you have to be willing to compromise somewhere to build something.
My main thing is can y'all hear me? I ain't from Dallas. You know what I mean? So this whole Dallas thing's been new to me. So when Q and Coda got in the Mac, it was like 5 companies that came together, had our own individual success. I did these little creative table reads at our studio to scope out talent, and I started building actor resumes to see who I wanted to work with. And I told every single actor, and that was like this. It was my first directorial debut here that I brought on Dallas actors, and that was like after being here for 13 years. You know what I mean? So I don't. I'm when Black is speaking that, I'm on a different type of level because I'm doing what the networks want for we can get the bag so I can pay more people. So like I I it's just a type of level of production that we're doing because I'm doing what the networks are telling us, not what they're assuming. So it's like my approach is a little bit differently when I'm utilizing actors and etc. But I told everybody in Dallas I got to see who I want to work with in Dallas now, and I'm going to be working with them. You know what I mean? At whatever level, they're going to be next to whatever star they want to work with because as a producer, I built those relationships. I built those relationships with every top star that's in Hollywood that will want to work with us in our company and do whatever rate I want to do. And if that actor needs to get a big break, I'm gonna put him next to him. I'm gonna do all this stuff because I didn't know anything about Dallas. You know what I mean? So I agree with Black and all that stuff too. It just depends on what level you're at. Like I'm learning from people in Dallas. Believe it or not, I never knew Marvin, but I know the people he's connected with, and I talk to these people behind the scene because I don't know nothing, you guys, about Dallas. If Body talk to me, I don't know anything. You know what I mean? I was an outsider, so um, I'm just learning from y'all, and I just know the quality that I'm doing and what the networks want and where we're going, et cetera, et cetera. So it's like it depends on what level you're at in the business. And what Gina said, just where you at in the business. You know what I mean? That's just where we're at, just the level where we're at in the business. Our films,
Okay.
our first film right now and we're gonna announce it. Just got Twisted Hearts. We just got a major license deal. You know what I mean? That's gonna be being announced and stuff like that. You know, they got picked up from a major network, right?
Good.
So
That's something to apply for.
yeah, that's what
That's
I'm
good
saying. So it's
stuff.
like we went
Yeah.
theater. You know, we learned the business. You know what I'm saying? So I'm I am
I would just like
learning
to
this.
say that
You know what
I'm
I'm saying?
sorry.
Go ahead.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
Jen.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. I apologize.
you're good. Yeah. No, we're good. That was it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say sometimes, and I know what the questions are, but sometimes it sounds like you know how when the people that are asking certain actors, "Hey, are you gonna work for Tyler? Perry? You're gonna be in that Hollywood movie?" Has an actor like heard that kind of stuff? Like people aren't taking your work seriously
Mm,
if it's not Hollywood.
yeah.
Have you
Yeah.
had that kind of
Yeah.
interaction? Okay. And I was just wanting to know because that's the kind of same thing as if an actor is asking me when I'm gonna get a Hollywood budget. I'm not asking them when they're gonna do a Hollywood movie.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's
Damn.
great.
That's
That's
good.
You
That's
great.
know what I'm
good.
saying?
That's
It's
Yeah.
great.
like it sometimes it's not questions. Sometimes it comes across as a little bit of audacity. You know, we all are at a certain level and striving to be at a level higher. And that's why I'm like, if you feel like it's not paying what you weigh, you have every right to get what you want where you feel like you need to be. If you feeling like, hey, I'm worth 1,000 a day, go get you. No one's stopping you. No one's gonna be upset. No one's gonna be mad.
Yeah,
Well, at
you
least I
might be
know I'm not. I'm
delusional.
gonna be like, you go get that because that's what you deserve. I don't have it for you. It's not really shouldn't be a conversation. But if I'm doing a budget, if I want to fly somebody, that's what's gonna happen. If I don't want to fly somebody, I'm not going to. But by all means, everybody has a right when they do their film to do their budget, get their money, pay everybody exactly the rate that they want. I want them to pay everybody that same rate and pay the crew. And I want to, if they get too many views or something, I want to see how they, handle that too. Like I said, people have to wait and see where they're going to be at 5, 10 years from now. They may want to wait,
Amen.
make a film. And they got to remember that conversation because I already know one person that made a film and, they talked about people hiring interns. They turned around and hired interns themselves. You never know how,
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I mean, I'm just saying too. Hey,
I'm
because
just saying.
baby,
I mean,
yes,
We have to
y'all.
stop
You
talking
know
about
what?
Hollywood.
I just want to say real quick. Family. Hear it. I mean, I'm just saying we appreciate each and every one of you for the resources, for the opportunities, for the things that we've seen y'all do to move things ahead, to create those opportunities. Okay. So keep being great, whatever that budget look like. You know what I'm saying? Because people like me who's just grateful, to be a part, like Kagan said, I've worked with you, you know what I'm saying, Marvin, and I'm just grateful. So real quick before I move into my next question, I want to give a shout out to Tyrone. He did drop 70 stars on the Good Podcast. Thank you so much, Tyrone, for the 70 stars there. All right, so we finna to all the shots and the love. Oh, okay. Okay, so y'all listen. This is something. This is kind of like I need a resolution to it. We need a solution, and it may not even be a solution to this question that I'm about to pose. It may just be that you need to help actors and actresses understand it. But here we go. So you have an extra or extras on your production who has been scheduled to be on set at 10 a.m. Okay. Because you're running behind for whatever the reason, because we know that it is schedules just be scheduling, okay? Things happen, it's taking longer than you planned. Now that extra has been on set till 7 p.m. and they came in at 10, that is kind of, one side says, hey, you got to come in and be willing to be background and work your way and network and build it up and, sit on a set for free and pay your dues and all. You know what I mean? You're going to get fed and you're going to get that IMDb credit, but that's how set go. On the other side, it is when it comes to who the person handling the schedule, if they see that things are running behind, at some point, do we reach out to the background and say, hey, not 10, let's do 1 because things are running behind? How do we fix that problem? Or is it a problem at all? Is it just a production thing and the people should just understand?
Not just background. Let's do talent as well. Having talent come in and then they gotta sit for 4-5 hours too.
Man, don't get me.
Let's do both of them.
So
okay, I guess my question is, I can touch base on the extra. I strive to pay at least gas for my extras, and also when they come, I'm gonna make sure their scene is first, to get them out the way. So that's my goal. I don't want an extra to stay as long as the talent. Now, as for the talent is scheduled for a day rate. And most times that day rate is 12 hours. So whether you have to be there you already know we giving you a day rate. So you gotta open your day. Open your day. So you gotta sit there for 10 hours. And you sit there for 10 hours because that's the day rate. That's me.
Yeah.
So they say don't push the call time back if you running 2 hours behind. Don't push the call time back. Just have the time.
Well, no, if you're running behind, right? No, if you're running behind and that talent has not arrived to set, yes, you push that back. But if the talent is already, have to wait, and it's gonna go back with us.
Okay. I mean, I'm just posing that question because I've been on set time and time again. I forgot who just said that. I'll scroll back up right before Florida's comment. That might have been Florida. Says that actually happened to me a few weeks ago. I didn't trip at all. I love being on set. That's a great attitude to have, Florida. Because sometimes, whether you've been in it for a while or you're just getting in, you have to understand that sometimes that thing is like that. But I do get on the flip side, if you know that you're running behind and then you have me here at 1 and then I don't film until 8 or 9, you know what I'm saying?
Let me know.
To come in, listen.
I fuck with y'all, but hey, man, cause you gotta think about it.
What do we do about that?
Yeah, from an actor standpoint, if we just sitting there, all day. We get tired. Now we look sleepy. You know what I'm saying? And we could have been at home doing nothing, but it was our nothing, and we could have been energized by the
So,
time we got to set.
Can I
so a
speak?
couple
Well, you
Can I
things.
know,
speak on that?
A
After
couple
Black?
things. Oh, go ahead, brother.
No. I was gonna say this.
no, I was about to say
Um,
in Hollywood, you're gonna sit there and wait.
listen.
In their trailer.
No,
But
I hate
I would be
Hollywood. I can
fair.
say it right here. I
Okay.
Okay, Persian.
Hollywood's over. It's about independence. That's the one thing we ain't there. Hollywood ain't really nothing. They need us. That's a whole nother conversation. But um, it's accommodation, y'all. Like on a set, like things do run behind and all that stuff, and it should be communication, right? Like she said, extras. I love what she said with extras. I've never said that. Like getting the extra out. I want to be on your set. Them extras is waiting. That's what I mean. Them extras is waiting because we don't know what we're doing. So your set's amazing. I want to be on your set because my extras are waiting. But the second thing is the combination Black, like you said, if there's no communication, that's very frustrating for y'all actors, right? But sometimes we have green room, right? Or sometimes we have somewhere they can wait. We don't have trailers on this set. Usually sometimes them actors that are waiting, they have great accommodations, so they're in their trailers and they're eating and they're not worrying about it and they're on set. And but on our set sometimes when we don't have that, sometimes we got to overcompensate. That's how I get by because sometimes things move around and sometimes they're tired. I make sure they have like a space where they can just lay and eat and etc. You know what I mean? So, but I do communicate, like you said, bro. It does get frustrating. I do communicate, but I'm big on customer service and accommodations. At least they can get away. But I wish we had trailers, a honey wagons. They be in a honey wagon and they be taken care of, and we'll wait till they get on. So I understand your frustration. We talking about it's communication. You know what I'm saying? But I just overcompensate, man. To be honest, I just hey, make sure they feel good and my apologies. But somebody, AD or somebody is talking to them, you know, I mean, way before, you know.
Yeah,
But that's
when
my
your
two
next
cents, you know.
audition, brother, I'm finna come audition for your shit. You got
All the
trailers
Yeah.
and
time.
shit. You
That
take
listen, it's
Um,
just
you take breaks
you
and
know,
shit.
it's
Hell, what's nah, I'm
no,
playing,
but
bro.
hey, bro, that's just that's every set is different, bro. That's honestly like
Yeah,
every set is
yeah,
different, you know. So that's just what I've been doing, and that's what I'm known for. But we're not perfect. But I'm just saying, like to answer your question, we don't, bro. Us independent people don't have honey wagons like that. Our budget's not there, so we apologize. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like
But
we
you know what?
apologize, bro. You
And you
know?
know what, Kerja? I think that the times that see when I first got in and I was doing background, I was just excited and it didn't matter
Mhm.
to me. But
Yeah.
as I've done some work and I've kind of what people say pay your dues because I've sat on many sets for free, right? And that's fine. That's building my way, right? At this point, like even I'm not even at that point where to make strong stipulations, but I'm not interested in background unless it's an opportunity to network at this point. Okay. And with that being said, um, I'm okay with I'm okay with what's reasonable because I understand how that thing moves, right? If I come on set, extras there at about 5 o'clock, because I can give you about 4. I can give you about 4 or 5 just on the strength of life. But anything after that, and no one said anything. You know what I'm saying? I think at some point, I don't know whose responsibility it is, whether it's a
Well,
PA or
I
whomever,
think
just as a courtesy. But here's what I do know.
Mhm.
Do you guys, because extras are sometimes hard to come across, you don't know if they're going to be complaining or how you just say, hey, we're not going to tell them something different because they may not even show up. So you just let it, you know what I'm saying? Let them come and hope they stay instead of giving them the courtesy
it
to say, you feel me?
honestly, I think it depends. It fully depends on your
Yeah.
first AD. Who do you have in that position? Who do
Okay.
you have communicating with these people?
Uh-huh.
I've been director, but I've also been AD, and I know when the day is starting to
Yep.
go a different way. That's when I get in the director's ear and say, "Do you think we need to push back?" And if the answer is no, I won't push back. But then I have to ask again. I'm like, I think we need to push back. So then I can send a message to the group and say, hey, guys, come at this time. Da, 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 da. But it really does depend on your first AD and how strong they are actually doing their job of running the set. And I think I'm a pretty decent AD, but sometimes even then in my position, shit go crazy. things people don't show up on time, the camera made some fuck up in some way. You just never know, and you just kind of want to keep as many people there as you can.
Yeah.
But if they gotta go, they gotta go at the end of the day. And like Keisha said, I try to put, as if I'm doing the scheduling as an AD, or even I do my own AD work. I do my own schedule. So I'm gonna place that first. So I want everybody on set. Let's go ahead and knock this shit out, so that when I get done, I can just do the little stuff. So it really is just communication and who you hire as that person that's controlling your set schedule.
You are.
I mean, and also to say, we also got to keep in mind, man, like one-offs, like, have grace on that production. If this is not a consistent thing, because things do happen. Everyone here is filmed. Everyone here is, been on set and understand that sometimes things happen. So if it's a one-off with that production, give them some grace, because this is not a consistent thing. Now, if this is a thing that keeps happening with the same production, then I understand the point. But talking about you had to wait, man, 4 or 5 hours one time, I'm not really trying to hear that, because we're here for the art. We're here for the craft. We're here for the passion. We're here to make a project. And everyone here is sacrificing. Sometimes that might be your time. Yes, we're trying to accommodate you as much as possible. That's why food is there. That's why you have other peers to chop it up with and network. But one time isn't room, to complain, man. Like, everyone had to wait, you know what I'm saying? So just keep that in mind. If it's one time, man, get us some grace, whatever. Hopefully the AD communicated to you. But if they didn't, don't get in your feelings, don't get the soaking, doing all of that. Just, stay ready. And when your time comes, be prepared to execute the sequence.
Right. And I think it also falls on the hunger of the person, because I've been on set where I've had to tell extras, we didn't even get to film them. Things ran so far behind, we didn't even get to film them. And the attitude that the guy had, it was amazing, because he was like, no, it's fine. I enjoyed. I was talking, I was networking with people, you know what I'm saying? And so I appreciated that. But even though that's, like you just said, that was not the norm though, right? More times than none, you're going to like not get to the extras, or you may not hit on a scene or two, but that's not normal. Always. That's not just how it goes. So family, we want to go ahead and move on. We have one more round of questions for you guys. If y'all can hang in there just a few more minutes with us. Is that cool with y'all?
One more round.
Yeah, I'm saying real quick, if you got something off the press, if you got just something hot, sizzling.
Oh, no. Listen, I have a page, and I'm going to answer all of these. I mean, I'm going to ask these questions. If
I'm gonna
y'all
need
gotta
you to
go
jump
to,
in their
if y'all gotta
DMs,
go to bed,
call
go
them.
to bed. But I'm gonna ask these questions.
Somebody gonna answer these questions.
Yeah, y'all go. Yeah. So who next?
Yeah, so something pressing, something really hot. Mia, you got it?
Yes. So y'all know, the ones that don't know, I'm behind the scenes a lot. I'm not always in front of the camera. My question is, how do you resolve conflict within the team? I know we have a united front for the world, but it be a mess behind that camera sometimes. So how do we resolve the conflict behind the camera?
You talk about
I think it starts with the head. I think it starts with the head. Everything's trickle down from the leader, whoever the top dog, whoever that is. They bring the energy, and that energy was spread throughout the whole entire project. So depending on what the leader is bringing and pouring in, will dictate how your space is going to be. I haven't had any issues on set with my team. Well, my team is short because the more people you have, the more you have to pay. And I strive to keep my team short so I can pay my actors what they're asking. So my group of people, I didn't have any issues.
Yeah, I agree with what Keisha said. I think that whoever's leading the production has to set a tone, has to set the environment, has to let everyone know that we will respect each other. And if there are any issues, then you come to whoever the designated people are. If that's the director, if they want you to do that, if that's the AD, whoever it is, production manager, whoever it is, to bring the issue to them so that we can resolve it. But like Lakeisha said, I haven't had many issues behind the camera because again, I believe in great energy. I believe in making sure speaking life into people. So I always, even the week of that we're shooting, I send a message out to the cast, letting them know, hey, it's shoot week. You know, let's get excited, let's get prepared. You know, let's be ready to shoot. And if it's with the crew, again, I like to have a family mindset, a family environment. So I don't really do a lot of drama. But if there is a situation, then we're gonna talk about it like respectable adults, and we're gonna deal with it. But we're not gonna have no drama. We're not gonna have no mess on set because that's gonna mess with the product, and ultimately that's what we're here for.
That's great.
And I
You
think
just talk
what
about
I
it.
think what I'm sorry,
Mhm.
go ahead.
I say you
Go
just talk.
ahead.
You just talk about it. You're always gonna have problems. You're gonna have to pivot, and you nip it in the butt. I have it. You got different personalities. Like my last set, there was a lot of different personalities. People never worked together. Guess what? We had one conflict. We nipped it in the butt, and then we just excelled after that. You just address it. You address it. You're addressing on the debrief. There's a lot of personalities
It,
on these sets. Don't sweep it under the rug. You got a problem? Why you got a problem? Oh man, it's not that deep. You just never worked with that person. Okay, y'all hashed it
is
out,
it
etc. And let's keep on going. That's how I handle it. Right in front of your
just
face.
real quick? Is it butt
Yeah.
or bud? I could have sworn it was like nip it in the bud. But
Nip it
is
in
The
the
it?
butt.
butt.
In the butt.
It's the butt.
T.
I thought it was bud
Butt.
Okay,
too.
it
It's
was
not
what?
bud.
I think that's a whole nother.
I thought that. Okay.
It's
Oh,
Bud.
did he? All right, okay,
It's
all right.
Bud. I just looked it up.
Bud,
It's
right?
what
Yeah, yeah.
in the bud. See,
But
I know.
I
Yeah.
say
All
but
right.
no
No,
diddy.
go, all right. You good? You
Hey,
good?
we was
I
letting
say
you make
butt.
it though, brother. That's your sin. You can be free to use it, but I'm gonna say bud. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say bud.
Oh, my bad. Is it on me or is it on me?
It's
It's
on you.
on
He
you.
answered my question, so it could be what's up, B?
It's on me then. Goddamn,
It's
let's
on
go.
you, B. What
Okay.
is it?
How important
No.
is this? Matter of fact, this is a two-part question. How important is marketing, and if any, what are some good strategies for marketing, acceptance, and getting views?
I got a question after that. I forgot all about that.
Or is it a three-part question? You have a
Yeah,
three?
it's a three part.
Okay, well, add your question so they hurry up for it, so they don't forget.
Now I'm gonna let them answer yours. I'm writing mine down.
Mm-hmm.
uh, Marketing is very important. What people fall is you need to have your marketing plan before you start shooting.
Mm.
That's the whole thing. Like way before you guys. What happens is people make a movie. Oh yeah, everybody's gonna like it. Oh yeah, you got to know where you want to land at. You got to know what you want to do. I'm talking about you got to know way before. You know what I mean? So at least 6 months. We're about
Okay.
6 months before. So
Now,
everything
now
is
this was a
strategic.
topic.
It's very important.
This
Yeah,
was a topic a few weeks ago. Is it up to
yeah.
the actors to
Promote.
that have
Oh, it's
followings? Is it
whatever.
up to them to
Whatever's
promote,
in your
or is it up
contract. Whatever's in your contract, bro. Whatever's in
in
your
the
contract.
contract?
In the
Okay.
contract, because some people, GP, don't forget when you got the budget. Don't forget these actors charge for everything. You guys, like we get, we have great relationships, right? So some of our actors are not going to charge and all that stuff, and I appreciate it, right? Because I don't have the budget to be paying you for PR, to be traveling. So I pay for flights, so we got the love, right? But some of them they charge for all that. In your contract, you say you got to do 3 posters, 1 posters, and whatever it is. We get complacent and think the actor is gonna do it. They can do it on their own because it's their project and they want to support it. And a lot of my actors, they do that because of our relationship, right? But at the end of the day, it's business. If they don't do it, I still have to promote my movie, and I've had that plan months before, just in case I didn't have the budget to pay them. It's a two-part question to that. You know what I mean? Whatever's in that contract, and if not, I want them to promote it absolutely because they want this project to succeed, right? But that's up to them. But at the end of the day, how you dip it in the bud is whatever's on paper. At the end of the day, you know what I mean? Whatever's on paper. You
Okay.
know?
Anybody else?
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely understand what Kurjan is saying, but I also think it depends on the level as well. Because he's right. Actors, you don't have to promote, but where we're at, you should.
Yep.
because if no one sees the movie, then what the hell did we just do it for? So it's like, yeah, if especially if you're a significant character or whatever, because you guys are the customer service man of the movie. So producers, we're not going to be walking out and someone is going to say, "Hey, Lakeisha, Avery, I'm desperate," right? Because she's not the face of the movie. You are. So if you're not promoting the movie, yeah, we're promoting it, but if you're not promoting the movie, what does that say? So that's why it's also important to do projects that mean something to you, because you want to get behind it. You want to feel like, I want to promote it. It's on us to make sure you have a quality project to promote. Don't
There
get
you
it
go.
twisted. But
There
I'm
you go.
saying,
There you
I'm
go.
saying, if we have given you that, why not promote? It may not be in your contract because we may not be there to actually pay you for PR and like Kurjan said, traveling and things like that. In the end, though, if we're talking about that building mindset, we should all be promoting. We should all be supporting what we're doing.
Facts.
Yep.
Okay.
Our very own producer said, why doesn't an actor want to promote the movie that they're in? I understand it's not up to them to promote it, but why not? Why should it have to be a contractual thing?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I think that's stupid. If I took the time to study for this, um, this is my work. I done took out time, took off work and all this stuff to do this. Why wouldn't I tell people, go yell it on the mountain
I mean,
to
let's
tell
be real,
people?
y'all.
Go
Let's be
tell it
honest.
on.
But
You know what I'm saying?
what if you
Let's
didn't
be
like
honest.
it? What I mean, what if
Exactly,
the,
Toya.
But I
Let's
think
be honest.
that's your
Sometimes,
fault though, because in this day and time, whenever you go audition for a film, you're auditioning because you've seen this person do movies. So if you've seen that this person has done 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bad movies, why would you go?
what if
You know what I'm
what if
saying?
no,
it,
you have a point, but ultimately, it's on us to make sure that we're budgeting properly, that we have done our job to make sure that the product is quality. So actor might get to the end of it. What if I'm a first time producer? You know what I'm saying, B? So what if you haven't been able to see anything, and then when you see the movie, you're horrified? So I can understand why that actor may not want to promote, because ultimately they're not responsible for the editing, they're not responsible for the sound. So I get it. So to answer that question, why wouldn't they want to promote? Well, the movie might be terrible, or they just they had a bad experience. So I'm just saying, let's be real about that. Sometimes
Black,
the
you're being
movies that we
real.
do aren't getting
You're
there.
being
Aren't there.
black. You're being real black. Because every actor, I told people this. All the actors come to me. I said, man, you're doing your due diligence. First of all, you're a working actor. You're getting paid. You got to provide for your family, right? It is up to us as a production company to give them the quality at the end. Because I know a lot of people. It seemed like it went amazing. They get the wrong editor. The sound's trash. They don't do nothing, and then the whole product wasn't supposed to be trash to the audience. We're talking about it's trash. Trash is a subjective base to your audience and what they attain and what they want. You know what I mean? There's all different levels to it, right? So what Black said, I agree with you, bro. Like they not expecting that. And there's a lot of actors, man. We got to give that to us in production. We got to take accountability. Like you did this whole game, you hyped it, and then the day they're like, "Yo, bro, that wasn't even colored. Yo, bro, that don't even sound good." Like I know I did my best at acting because you hired me, and you didn't say I didn't do bad, but then the whole product is not a whole. You know what I mean? That's what we're falling into.
But
So
it
I agree with
it,
you.
it, it be bad to us. But
Yeah,
to me, I've been in a project that I didn't like, but I posted it anyway, and the shit did 100,000. Like it did crazy views. You know what I'm saying? Like people
appetite,
loved
vision.
it.
It's
You
about
But
yeah.
B. You.
but
no, but
Not
what
your
what
followers.
I'm saying is what I might think is bad and all that shit. Look at Tubi. People love bad production movies. You know what I'm saying? Not
not that
saying
they
that the movies
It's
are not
that
necessarily
good.
love it.
appetite. That's
They
what
do.
you're right. It's that
No,
They
no, no,
appetite.
laugh at it.
no.
I don't think that they necessarily love it. If you say that something was trash, did you see old girl's wig come off? Did you see the way that kill scene was whack and what that she was pregnant?
And you know
It
what they'll
wasn't
say?
believable.
Oh shit, let me go see, and they go watch
Exactly.
it.
But they do. But if you're that person that looks a hot mess in that thing, you like, you know what I'm saying?
You're getting views. You're getting paid.
Even with that being said,
but ain't nobody
have
taking you
y'all ever
serious.
had?
You look a mess. You act like you was whack. It's
So
like,
even with that being said, like you said, you're not the editor, except for you, Kershaw, because we know that you're editor. But most of y'all have not. Somebody else is editing your projects, coloring your projects, doing the sound for your projects. Have you sat and been like, "Oh my gosh, I've invested all this time, money, energy into this movie, and it's trash. I don't like my own product." How do you handle that, or do all
Be
y'all just
better.
love y'all products?
Be better. I talk to Marvin all the time. I talk to Brandon. I talk to Dace Lewis. They can tell you, despite what anyone may think about me, because how opinionated I am, I don't often like the work that I do. But I don't blame anyone. I
This
look
nigga don't like
internally
shit.
to see what I could have did to be better as a producer, as a director, whatever role I'm serving in the movie. I look inward first to see how I could have been better to make this product better. I didn't absolutely had a edit, and I was like, oh my god, I ain't putting this out, you know. So we're all learning though. We're all learning. The important thing is to take accountability where you can, because it's easy to point a finger at the editor. It's easy to point a finger at the DP and say that they didn't do their job, but did you communicate to them what you wanted, what you needed, what your vision was? So that's how I look at it.
okay.
Like James
Hey,
Duran
what's it called?
said,
Said
hire a better crew. I absolutely
hire
agree.
James,
better
I'm not
crew.
getting fired. Let's be
Hire,
clear,
hire
Mr.
better crew.
James. I'm not
Yeah.
going nowhere.
Don't forget,
Okay.
it's too. I love what you're saying. That Be Naked. It's the business. Don't forget, y'all. I tell people it's the business, right? If you're going for impressions, if you're going for numbers, if you're going to a return on investment because you're getting paid quarterly, because you're going to Tubi, Peacock, ABOD, SVOD, whatever your end goal is, you're going to do to the appetite of your viewers, right? But all of us on this panel, we know what looks good. Let's be honest, and we know what sounds good because we all have done movies and we all have elevated each time if that's your goal. Let's be honest. We know what sounds good. Let's not, like Black said, let's not put around the bush. We know what looks good. At the end of the day, what is your end result? You trying to get those numbers? Trying to do that quick flip? You trying whatever your end result, do you, boo boo. That's why I say just do
Hey,
you. You know what I
James
mean?
James
Like,
Duhan said, hire
yeah,
a better crew.
yeah.
Yeah,
You
So,
missed that, brother. We already hit on that.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
I was
you
reading
know,
shit, so
BB.
I was.
yeah.
You know, BB and his all
BB
alone
delayed.
forever.
Yes.
Yeah, my fault.
Leave
Yeah.
me where he
So,
at.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm
I
not
was
trying to.
answering to comments.
Oh,
All
my
right.
bad. I ain't gonna say nothing.
So at this time, you guys, we want to go ahead and shift gears. This has been so great. And I promise you, if y'all had another hour in y'all, I would sit here for it. But because I know that everybody has life outside of, I'm just saying.
Yo, hold on. Wait, what you about to say? What you about
We're
to
going to
say?
go
Because
ahead and shift
He said,
into
I'm not doing it.
no, because I have questions. Yeah,
BB, answer his
okay.
questions,
hold on.
Latoya, and then we
Kershaw,
go.
Kershaw, where
Yeah,
you going? You gotta
Kershaw.
go.
Kershaw.
Kershaw, you gotta go.
no, I know the viewer.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
good, bro. What's
Nicole,
up?
you gotta go.
What's up?
Okay,
I'm up.
Black, you gotta go.
You know I ain't going nowhere.
Okay, Lakeisha, you gotta go.
I'm
Okay,
good.
Marvin, you gotta go.
I like to go see Mary, but that's okay. We can keep
Oh,
going.
you ain't going. Okay, cool. All right.
Okay.
Let
So
me
with that
ask
being
this question
Wait,
then.
wait,
since
wait,
he
wait.
since he just
Marvin,
bullied our entire panel and put them in a chokehold, we will hang in there for a few more minutes for B to get a
5 more
few more of his
minutes. 5 more
questions
minutes.
answered before we shift into another gear. So B, what you got? And it better be good.
It
All
better
right.
be.
So who blackballing motherfucker? No, I'm just playing.
No.
Okay. All right. So we had kind of touched on it earlier with the determined with the pay and the actors and all that. But I see we got some newcomers in here. So let's go back to it. Do you think it's more important to pay for talent or the production? Because I know it's some actors out here who say, my rate is my rate. My pay is my
Man,
pay.
Right.
But you know, the budget is the budget, and you know, locations cost and things like that cost. So do you think that, again, you think it's more important to pay the talent or production?
Both.
And y'all can jump in there how
Both.
y'all please.
Both.
They're both
Production,
equally as
Both.
production for me.
important.
Oh, we got different answers. Okay.
Yeah.
Black, let's go first. And then Kershaw, I'm gonna go
Production
to
for
you
me.
next.
Production for me, but it's strictly about what my mindset is. I haven't been able to do some of the wonderful things that Cursion's been able to do yet. So I respect what he's saying, but I'm saying me, I'm still from an out the mud mindset, meaning that I'm trying to put everything that I can into the production to give the audience, you an actor, my crew, a quality project. Because I understand that if I give quality projects, that's when the money is gonna come. Yeah, some bad projects make money, but who's trying to make a bad project? So would you rather me dig into this budget to try to pay you what you asking for, or do you want that sound to be together? So that's how I look at it. I'm going to be the production first to make sure that the quality is together, and then the rest. That's me though.
I
See, and
like
Okay.
I,
that
hey,
answer.
and I understand your honor, Black, and I thank you so much for giving that honor accolades. The reason why I said both because I have established a full service production company. You know what I mean? So that was my main thing. We have put the money and investment and the crew and etc. to stay at a level of quality and just interchange who we need to interchange by availability. But um, as a pie chart, 51% of that is production, right? That's what we're paying for. Like you said, 51% of that you got to have a budget, you got to pay your crew, you got to pay, etc. But the other percent is high is them actors. You know what I'm saying? Majority of that stuff goes to that budget to the actors too. So that's the reason why I said both. Be Naked is because we established our production company, so we're all full in house. So it's different levels out the mud. But right now, and my where I'm at now, my I don't have a problem with quality anymore. You know what I mean? That's honestly, I don't have a problem with quality. I have a standard. Whatever quality people say, we have determined at any level, whatever film, whatever. Now it's the talent. So you got to have a bigger budget to pay whatever talent, you guys. It's not just the A list, B list. It's whatever talent I'm trying to work with. I'm trying to respect them. You know what I mean? So it's just like that's where I'm at now. Like I do both because I know those talent and those views and those impressions are gonna get me our bag to continue to keep on making movies. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm at now. You know?
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Gina, Lakeisha.
I say both. I
Yep.
Because I fund my own projects.
Yep.
I
Mm.
don't start until I have the budget for everybody.
Hold on. Now you said something now, because a lot of people don't do that. Now you said you funded your own project.
Yes.
Like you didn't go through no company or nothing like that.
No, I
Damn.
went through my bank account.
Like Cash
Shit.
App.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now hold on now. Hold on now.
So
Black,
because
Shit.
I don't start a project unless I have all the funds for everybody to
Okay.
work.
Mm.
Yeah.
I say the same with Keisha. I go to Bank of Marvin to produce my projects, and
Mm.
so for me, to it's kind of a merger of what Kirshen and Black are saying. It's more or less now I'm in a process of designing my crew and my cast at a size to where I can perform at the highest level that I can based on my budget. So like each both are necessary and both are very important. So yes, you should pay both. If you can't, you can't. But at the same time, you gotta make a compromise. So that's either designing your project so that it can fit your budget or waiting until you get that budget.
I want to say
Okay.
this again on this panel, you guys, and I keep saying it all the time. And I want to work with everybody on this panel, and I believe it, and I want to do it. I'm saying it right now. We have to whoever whatever you lacking, whatever your weakness you think it is, we have to come together. I say this all the time to help the individual. If you don't have the budget, if you don't have the money, everybody knows me. And if I have the equipment, I should be linking with you, Marvin, Gina, whoever it is. Y'all all know the game. We should always try to do one project. I say that all the time, and we're doing it behind the scenes. And I'm gonna keep saying it, and I'm gonna keep saying it I don't care what project it is, you guys. We all know the business. I keep saying that, and I'm a man of my word. if it's yours this month, Gina and Lakeisha, whoever it is, we need to do whatever we need to do so we can keep progressing. We're not doing that independently. That's all I'm gonna say.
That is
That's all I'm gonna say.
I
so
Okay.
agree.
good. Yes,
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
that's good. That's good
B,
stuff.
what's your next question?
Job titles. A lot of people, not speaking on anybody here, but a lot of people like to say I'm a director or I'm a light guy, I'm a script supervisor, I'm a, boom operator. How important, if it's important to you guys, I don't know, but how important is it for you to actually learn the job title instead of just having the job title? You know what I'm saying? Because before I say this, I went to a class, acting class, and I saw that I thought a boom operator, like you just hold the mic, but you actually hold it certain way. Like I didn't know that they were supposed to learn the script. The boom operator is supposed to read the script so they know who to point to. You know what I'm saying? And what frequencies, I can't say it, frequencies,
Frequency.
you know what I'm saying? Woo woo. So how important is it for job titles to be a script supervisor, to be a PA and all this? How is it important for you guys
B,
to
B, not to cut off your question. I'm just seeing some of the comments and they're kind of, spicy a little bit, or I ain't gonna say spicy, but they're
who
interesting as
who got
far
who
as
got
some of
B?
the actors. I just want to make this point right here, man.
Wait, what's the
You
question first?
so
I
okay.
missed it.
Well, it's just
Tyrone
comments.
and
It's
Adrian going back
it's
and forth in
comments
the comments.
about people feeling like that because of the work they put in, resume, whatever it is, that they feel like that they necessarily shouldn't have to take less pay to accommodate a budget, etc.
Oh my
I
god.
wanna I wanna say this, man.
Y'all
There are
know
some
DD's
very
Just go do
there's
your own film. I mean,
no yes, Gina, that, but there are some very talented people in the city. I agree, but y'all also got to understand. This might be. I'm gonna say it anyway. Some of y'all ain't as talented as you think you are. Okay, that's just real. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just being honest. Okay, we see the auditions. We see your work. We out here. We can judge some of us that cast. We can see the talent. So that's one point. The second point is just because we're in a certain space, as far as like Kurjan said, he's got different things going that's causing him to be, back and forth. You got somebody like Lakeisha, Marvin, me, who is trying to build from the ground up, so to speak, our production companies. So we don't have, no matter what work you didn't put in, that's not going to make my budget get bigger. So if you feel like that the budgets that are being offered to you as far as pay isn't in what you want to accept, go to a different market or go to a different production company. But I'm tired of this mentality that because I've done all this work, you don't think the person that's produced, wrote, and direct a movie or something that's done some work? They have. They put in work as well. We're all talented. No talent ranks above the other. We're all working together. We're all collaborating. So you need to have the mindset that if you're trying to work with the Dallas producers who may not be there yet, where you can go elsewhere and get that bag, then you need to go there. Go there.
yeah,
Otherwise,
nobody want to hear all that. I'll say
understand.
this, like me personally, there have been times to where I've been qualified for a position nobody gave to me. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? But
Yep.
because I can write my own script, I don't have to beg to sit at anybody's table. And I'm not saying that people are begging, but what I'm saying, if someone feels as though they are not, like I said before, if it's something that you work toward to where you feel like the pay is sufficient, I have to do the same thing when I get off this phone. If I look on Indeed jobs
Come on.
and they're not paying, and if I have a degree for this and that and they only want to pay me less, you know what I say? You know what? I'm not going to apply to that job
yeah.
because I have this degree, I have this amount of experience, they're underpaying me. That's cool. So you know what I got to do? I got to go to the next job. It's really that simple. I don't understand because at first it was a question and now it's an irritation. I don't
Mm-hmm.
understand what the disconnect is for someone to constantly, because at some point it's kind of insulting. It's not speaking as though you're not worth that. It's that you don't have any control over somebody's budget. And if you do have that kind of control over a budget, finance your own movie. And
Mm.
then you pay yourself, you give yourself the lead role, you give your friends, you give the supporting characters, you pay them the cast, you pay the crew, you do all of that. If you're gonna, don't tell somebody how to do their job. If you don't want anybody to tell you how to do their job.
Hey,
That's all. It's enough. It's enough.
Gina, that's
We got you. You
amazing.
work
And
this, you work that. I understand. I get it.
yeah, that was amazing. And I'm gonna give some insight. As we know, as a producer, everything's about relationship. People think it's about the money. It's about the relationship. Let me say that first. It's the relationship. We
Yes.
say your network is your net worth.
Yeah.
It's true, right? That's the first thing. Secondly, what to piggyback what she just said, um, a lot of these actors they're working actors, they got bills to pay. They gonna take these jobs if the amount is what they need. They getting 2,500, 2,000, 1,000. They're gonna take it because everybody's going through what they're going through, right? You know what I'm saying? That's the end of the day. I know actors that took way less and all this barking they're talking about, you know what I mean? Because they needed the money, right? So what Gina's saying, like, yo, like be in our shoes, understand what we're going through. Don't take it. If you're taking it because it's probably the relationship, and like you said, it does get irritating, right? But at the end of the day, let's be honest with ourselves. We're all going through stuff. We some people need money, you know what I mean, and just keep on trekking, man, and support each other. At the end of the day, you know.
I'm
I've
a,
been on set and I've helped people, you know what? And it was more of a learning experience. And like some people say, once you get to
Yeah.
a certain level, you don't have to do it. But let me tell you something, when you get to a certain level, you never know when you might do a film to where you may need that same help on set. So all I'm saying is there's times to where I've been qualified for something, I have not been chosen. That's
Mm-hmm.
okay. Everything is not for me. And I don't go saying, well, you should have gave me this, you should have gave me that, you should have gave me this. And the repetitiveness because it starts to come off as entitlement.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what is the off-putting. It's not about what you deserve. It's when you're shoving it a little bit because
Yeah.
it does at some
Yeah.
point it's redundant.
Oh my gosh, that is so good. And I just want to hashtag
Mm-hmm.
Tyrone's comment when he says, don't say yes and mean no. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
that right there alone. That right
uh,
there alone sums up
I
that whole
know.
thing. Don't say yes and you mean no. You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
That's
uh,
good. That's real good.
I
yeah,
also
Let's
agree with his point
let's be
about
ready
he
for
just
some.
said, don't speak down on talent that declines. I absolutely agree. As a producer, if you
Mm-hmm.
offer somebody something and they decline, that is their right.
That's the right, bro.
That's their right.
Man. You're not a
Absolutely.
belief like Gina says entitlement it works both ways. Like they feel like, and I'm speaking on producers, they feel entitled. They start talking bad because you think you the stuff, and you think they want to work on your stuff or whatever you're doing, and then you start talking down. But that's wrong. I agree with that too. That's super wrong. That's entitlement. You know.
It's wrong on
What do you-
both sides. And I can tell you what,
Yeah.
there's times to where I've acted or I start off in acting. I didn't always get paid what I felt that I was worth. You know what? There's certain times I haven't been able to do it full time.
Mm,
Yep.
mm.
If you cannot do it full time based upon your own merit or what you're charging, like I said, it is two things. Go to another market because why aren't you being paid what you feel like you're worth? At
Mm.
some point, you got to realize where you are and just move accordingly. That's me, and I take that advice for myself too. I don't necessarily. I would my hope is to hopefully I'm able to shoot outside of the market the next time I do something. That's a hope for me.
And what
I may not be able
yeah.
to, but that is a hope for me.
Can I
So when that's time for me to move around, it's time for me to move around, and that goes for anybody. And it's no hard feelings, at least not for me. If the rate exchange is not what it is, there should be no hard feelings on either side.
uh,
Right.
people
So
don't work at 100 warehouses. Okay, when you go to another warehouse and they tell you it's $13 an hour, your ass take that. You ain't negotiating. You
bruh
take what they
speak?
give you.
come from?
No,
You
seriously.
done flip 500 burgers, but
Yep.
McDonald's is paying you $10 an hour, and you gonna take it. You ain't negotiating a level or none of that shit. So don't come over here trying to do the same shit. I want to end my little session with a question from the comments.
Yeah.
And let's welcome in DeMarcus real quick. You know, I guess
So
it is better late than never.
Boy,
But
you late. You late after me.
Man, I'm at work, but I
You
just got off.
late.
Hey
I just
man,
got
we
off,
all talked out.
man.
You barely in the
listen,
comment.
but did you
We
hear what
all
he
talked
just
out, brother.
said? Did you hear what he just said?
I ain't got him on the screen. Why
But
ain't
did
What?
you hear what he just said? Because he
He
got
said
our
he,
work rate. Because even the producers and the writers and directors are still grinding hard
Right.
and clocking in. Okay.
Oh, there you
Hey, he
go.
didn't even talk about that.
Oh, we got
Do you
another
hear
hour
me?
on this bitch now. D
No, we
Bailey in it.
don't. So, Lavelle Garrison, which he's a DP and he's worked on many projects. He says job titles matter. What indies doing a lot is counterproductive. Is to try to wear too many hats. The title implies this is my lane. The bigger the production, the more people needed to lock in their lane. I also encourage indies to learn the correct terminology for professional
Mm,
productions.
man, come on.
Absolutely.
This is one of my good friends, and he be
Come
doing
on,
it.
good
Yeah.
friend.
Yo, can I speak on that?
Yeah,
Anybody that knows when we talk one on one, I said this. So this is the overall. I know a lot of DPs, right? I know a lot of people. I said, I don't know your full potential because you've been doing everything on the set. I don't even know what you can do because you want to be a DP, but yet you didn't have the help and you're holding the boom, you're doing the lights, you're doing this, and you're trying to compete or compare yourself with a DP that's all they do. Know your lane, etc. And I know your grads get there. I say that all the time to people. I say, hey, you don't even know what your potential is because you've been doing everything, bro. You've been doing everything on set. And I make it a stance when people work with me. I try to put them in with their potential. I love his comment. Know your lane, do the best we can do, and you'll see what you do. So that's why I don't really judge a lot of people. I like to give people opportunities and connect them with other people because nobody's really doing what they know they can do. That's honestly because they're doing everything. But that's it.
And you know what? Let me just say this to add to
Yeah.
Kurjan's point, okay? Because I have told Corte this personally. But when I think of people like Corte or Keisha or Marvin or, like, and it's not a shout out to like people who like Kurjan and DeMarcus who have strong teams and stuff like that. But when you're talking about even them who is still able to be in the lane and they don't have a strong team, and they're still doing it and making it happen,
Yep.
and they're able to be in the conversation too, locking arms with everybody else. Even that is applaudable in my book. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
so for the people so the people who always have, a lot of the actors who complain about production sets and they just want all this glitz and glam and glory in indie level, it's like, come on, quit playing. We talking about, small budgets, doing the best that you can, working with the minimal help because good help is hard to find. You know what I'm saying? And y'all still creating opportunities. So I just can't tell y'all enough once again how much I appreciate each and every one of y'all.
It's dope, man. It's different levels of indie too. Don't forget about we don't talk about that. There's different levels of indie.
Yes,
We're down here. You got A24s, they're still indies. You got Hidden Empire films, they're still indie. They're not Hollywood. They get Hollywood money. It's so many levels. We ain't even there yet. We just down here trying to get better. It's still different levels of indie that we're trying to get to. It's so many levels of indie, but we don't want to talk about that.
that
So many
part.
That
levels
is
of indie.
true.
So,
Like
DeMarcus, you just joined the panel.
yeah.
Do you have anything you want to shed light to or shine light on? I know you were able to tune in a little bit there before you were able to join in.
Wait, what's up, Mia? Why you doing all that?
doing her.
He just chilling.
No, I'm just enjoying the conversation, man. I agree with a lot of the producers and directors been saying the whole time. I don't got too much to say.
Okay.
You the hopped on camera. You better say something.
It's I need to. I've learned to hold my words, man. Because people.
That ain't what we here for. Mm-mm.
But so I will say, at to each and every single one of y'all, there are people who watching you that even like Kurjan had mentioned, he's trolling right now, looking to see who you gonna work with, right? But there is people out there who is watching each and every one of y'all to see who they want to connect to see whose project they want to be a part of and coming out audition for. You know what I'm saying? So I just encourage you as leaders of the industry,
Man.
just know that we're watching. You know what I'm saying? And I mean that in the way of like continue to be great leaders. Y'all too have to watch y'all social media, right? Because you never know
Yes.
if you can knock someone's want to even connect with you, right? And not to control what you do because it's your own page, but I'm just saying as leaders and movers and shakers and opportunity givers of this industry, y'all are a huge influence to us actors and actresses who's watching y'all. And so keep being great, okay?
I do got one more thing to ask.
I got something to say too. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No,
Say
go
your
ahead.
thing.
Go ahead,
Well,
Mia.
my question is because what about actors that are too good to audition? Do they feel like roles are made? Do you make roles for everybody, or some people like I don't audition? I haven't auditioned. They
I
don't fool
typecast.
with me, but
I
I don't
typecast.
audition.
On this level is crazy to
I
say
Yeah,
that.
you
typecast.
talking about this level?
I
At
typecast
this
everything.
level, people say
Oh,
auditioning.
Hey,
okay.
I
Oh,
typecast
okay.
everything.
I think that's a general question that each and every one of them should have a chance to kind of chime in since they all have cast and worked and wrote productions. So
I'm
go
not
ahead.
gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. It's some people that I don't require them to audition because I worked with them so many times and I know what they can do. But if you're not anybody on this level should not be saying they're not willing to audition. That's absurd to me.
That's crazy.
Sir, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even celebrities like audition. I mean, everybody auditions. So people on this level shouldn't. I mean, that shouldn't even come out their lips. I don't audition on this level. I mean, nobody on this level is. I mean, I'm gonna see it. I mean, ain't nobody A1 actors on this level
Okay.
to be saying that I don't audition. I mean, we not there yet to say that. I mean, it's only a few people who don't. Will Smiths and Jamie Foxxes and those people don't audition. We not nearby them. It ain't nobody that I've seen in this anywhere ain't even can't even hold a cusp to them. So, so to be saying that you not willing to audition is a hot mess, a hot egotistical mess to me.
That's
Okay.
Okay, so you can have someone audition or not audition because you know what they can do, but then
Right.
if it's a more of a challenging role, then you may have that same person, audition.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
I just go next. I'm a
okay.
typecaster. I'm a typecaster. So when I'm auditioning, I told you to the interview, right? I had somebody particular in my brain. The writer wrote this, and I cast all the movies. I said they could be a perfect role. I reach out to them, etc. If I feel like I have a difficulty, I come in and do a screen test, right? So I still want them in my movie, but oh man, I don't think they should be this role. There's gonna be another role. For example, Twisted Hearts. You guys seen Lauren and Michaela. They were supposed to be the opposite. Michaela was supposed to be Lauren's role, and Lauren was supposed to be Michaela's role. When they came in, I was like, no, I got it wrong. I need to flip it. You know what I mean? So it just all depends. Like everybody auditions a certain way, but I told you my audition is if I'm trying to build up my resume of actors that I don't know so I can pull on them, or I just have a certain look for them. You know what I mean? So like I said, I typecast and it comes from my interview. I'm letting you guys know. It's a lot of dope actors and
Yeah.
it's toe to toe. They sometimes actors come in, you be like, man, who I thought this person gonna kill it, another person kill it. But then that interview gets me when I start asking these questions, and that's
Yeah.
what sets them apart in the interview. Not because they're a bad person, they answered this way, and I'm like, okay, cool, now I can stretch them. So what Demarcus said, yes, everybody auditions. It's just in my movies, I already know what happened for the role. So I send it to them. You want to be in it? Great. Let's keep on
All
going.
right.
You know.
All right, so I got one question for D-Bailey since he was late to the party. You know what I'm saying? And then I got a question for everybody, and y'all can answer it. And then my co-host, y'all got some questions, y'all can answer it. But I'm done after these two. Okay, D-Bailey.
Mhm.
As a director, producer, and writer, do you feel like what do you feel, where do you feel like the acting scene is today? Do you feel like we're good, we're great, we can need work, we can
I,
get, you know what I'm saying?
I
What
feel
do you feel
like
the actors today
I feel like I
in
feel like
Dallas?
I feel like we have maybe actors, just plain out actors. We probably got like 10.
10.
Yeah. Just plain out just flat out actors. We probably got about 10 to 15.
Shit.
What market?
Okay.
What market? You
Wait,
talking about overall?
wait,
Overall,
What
yeah.
market?
wait.
I mean, we're talking about acting
I'm talking
market.
about acting. Because like listen, I mean like when you say to me, when you say actor, I feel like I can put you at anything. To-
Right.
Mm.
When I say actor, like a lot of times, me personally, I'm just gonna say it. Like I don't think a lot of people can act.
Okay.
You
Okay.
know what I mean? So what I do is I write for people, so you don't have to come on my set and act.
Mm,
So you come so so when you come on my set, you just being you.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of people can't act. You know what I mean? They can't turn that thing off and on like that. I mean, that's a big difference to
Yeah.
being a flat out actor
Yeah.
and
Not.
just being somebody who can recite lines or can study or can, read lines or somebody who looks good on camera. That's two different things to me.
Yeah. Nah. 10 out of 200 is crazy. But hey,
And I'm one
you
of
done
them.
seen them
So
all.
But
You know.
you know what? I 1000% agree with you because I know there's a lot of people, and we all know at the end of the day, they have killed the gangster role. They have
Right,
killed,
right,
the eye candy role. And
right,
that's the role that they tend to get often, but they've already perfected that. So I want to
right,
see range. I want to see something else you do or whatever. But someone like me who hasn't had a lot of opportunity to be seen in different roles. I mean, you talking about I've been a doctor, I've been a detective, I've been a gangster chick, I've been a wife. You know what I'm saying? I finally just led my first role. And you may not look at me as the first person to say she can act because of opportunity. But when you look at the resume of diversity in those roles that I've done, I feel like I can be in the conversation.
right.
I'm saying
Now,
a lot of people
now,
think
hold
their
on.
resume is full of
I
the
do,
same character and they can act. They can kill that one kind of character,
I mean,
right?
I respect people's craft. I respect the craft,
Right. But at
but
what point do you move on to a different character?
yeah, man, like you're not just because you killed a gangster role when you've been in jail, you know, don't mean you're acting.
You know what?
And just because you killed a nerd role when you've been a square all your life, don't mean you're acting.
That's right. That's right. No, that's
Well,
right.
I can.
what's the next
I
question?
I
Okay.
love I
Opinion.
love what DeMarcus said. I have to give you an example. You know what I mean? This Timmy's Puck. Adrian Lockett. I only seen him in these hardcore roles, right?
Uh-huh.
And I researched him. I seen he was on Tyler Perry. I seen him on he was on all the Vicious Love Fatal, all these different things. And he was always hard, hard, hard. I said, I
Oh, dear.
want to write the opposite for him.
Yeah, he
Yes.
did a good job. Twister Hearts, he
I
did amazing.
I
I think
wrote
Twister
the
Hearts was probably
opposite
one
for
of his
him.
best performances.
Yes.
Twister Hearts was probably one of his best performances.
And I
He
wrote the
did an amazing
opposite.
job.
Thank you so much, Demarcus, for that. Like, and that was intentional. Like you said,
Right.
I I talked to him, I interviewed him, I knew his numbers, and honestly, it wasn't his acting. I knew he was a good actor. He knew the business, and his numbers is crazy right now. Anything he posts is getting a million views. Anything I was like, bro, I need him in this role. It's gonna circulate and all this stuff. And then I was like, dang, and he can act. Oh, I'm gonna
Right.
put him in a different role, and it just
Right.
blew up. So what Demarcus said, like, but these people train.
They
So you got
train,
to
yeah.
see him
I just want to
train.
hit
You know what I mean?
on
Yeah,
one
I
point.
fuck that. They
On
Yeah.
one point that Latoya said, because I
Yeah.
think I'm not saying you don't understand this, Toya, but I just want to make sure that anybody watching does. Characters and characterization is two different things.
Right.
Right.
You may have played different characters, but that doesn't mean your characterization was different. Even if you played a doctor and a lawyer, you may have had some of the same characterization in both
Yeah.
of those roles. So it's important that when you're saying I'm playing different characters, I'm playing different roles, that they're true different characterization to show versatility. Because just because you play different characters doesn't mean that's versatility. It just means
Right.
you play different roles, characters.
But
Oh, wow.
I just hit on the titles because I think Pratt had put a post out there. People tend to think diversity does come from those titles, right? If you don't embody what that role requires, then you still the same. Then I show up as Toya each and every time, right?
Right.
I like to believe that you see several different people, and I see my own growth from when I came in to Drop Spot as the interview woman.
No.
More with, but you know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying that you have some actors that they continue to get the same kind of role and they continue to do it and they perfected it and they done well. But then it's like at some point, and I'm not a producer, but where's the range? Where's the diversity? What else
So
can
I'm not speaking on
I ain't
I'm
gonna lie
not speaking on
today.
yours particularly, but sometimes an actor can only do one thing well.
Right.
Like they may only be good
Right.
at playing certain
is that
type
a
of
good
roles.
thing? Is that okay? Is
Yeah,
that a good thing?
it's not a bad thing, but I'm saying not everyone is a versatile actor in the sense of like a Jamie Foxx. I can be funny, I can be serious, I can do action. Some people are only going to be good at doing comedy. Some people are only going to be good at doing dramas, and that's cool. Whatever your lane is, whatever you work to get where you're at, just perfect that. Because as a producer, if I need a comedy, if I need a comedic relief, make me be like, I need to come holler at you. Don't get caught up on the fact that I'm not getting different characterization roles. Be great at what you do.
But then people say, you don't want to get typecast. If you're a beautiful, bad shaped woman, you
It
always
happens.
get the sexy roles because now you're getting typecast.
It
So
happens. But a hard truth is if you're getting cast for the same roles, look internally. Do
Right.
you have are you in the gym to get the different roles
Right.
that some of the other
good.
people that's getting that you're not
Right.
getting? Are you in the metaphorical gym, meaning classes? Are you there getting your skills up? You know, do you understand emotions of the different characters that you're playing? So look
That's good.
internally as far as if you keep getting the same roles, because it might be a reason. Are you auditioning for enough different producers? You know what I'm saying? So all that matters.
That's
That's
good.
good, Black. That's
That
good.
is good. That's good stuff.
Real quick, I just
Real
want
quick.
y'all to, this is I'm just saying exclusive. Adrian said, I appreciate it, man. DeMarcus, I thought you didn't like me. He
What?
likes you. So what we doing is we building bridges, and I'm just
Wait,
saying.
what about, wait. Where you get that from?
I don't
Well,
know. He said I thought you didn't like him.
Let me
But we the first. We don't cause
It's probably
beef.
because he
Oh,
seen
we
you
there
walking
for
around somewhere and you ain't say nothing to nobody. That's
who,
probably it.
who me?
You know DeMarcus be funny acting sometimes.
Yes,
So
Adrian, he said DM him and y'all can have a conversation. So, family, listen, this is what we're going to do real quick at this time. We want to take a really quick moment and hear from our panel. Panel, if you have any lasting final thoughts that you want to, say. We also want to hear about any upcoming, films that you have going on, maybe some auditions, productions you have coming out, and how the family can follow you on social media. Okay. So if you'll just take a moment to drop that and we'll start recursion.
I got a question.
oh God,
I
what
said I
be?
had two questions. This is my last question. Then we can go to the final thought. Jesus Christ.
I don't know. Let me make it
No.
quick because listen.
I
So
said
some of
it in
our
the
phones
chat.
about to
I
die.
said two.
Oh, what
Right.
is it be? What is it be?
Y'all
What's the
started
question?
talking. Shit. I said, now the last question. I even told everybody it was gonna be for everybody else.
Can you go ahead and get to it?
Who said it?
Marvin's
Denny,
phone's about
Marvin.
to die.
Nigga.
my phone about to die, bro. I ain't got
He's
time for
in
all
the
that.
Charger.
he's sitting next to the wall on the by the outlet.
Yeah, charger. Okay, listen. When you first made your script, you had a vision for it. You had a vision how this movie was gonna play out. When you actually made the movie, did it come out how you envisioned and how you expected? If not,
Nah,
did you make the notes to know what to do better for next? Yes or no?
uh, you go in order. Man, when I
Yeah.
did Twisted, I didn't know it was gonna do what it did. We had a great. I did not know. We know we had difficulty with some sound stuff that was there, so we had to do some ADR work and merge all the stuff. But I did not know. We thought it was just a good script, right? Because somebody wrote it. Taylor wrote it. But when we shot that mug, we said, "Oh my God, we got a blockbuster." You feel me? And then so I wasn't prepared. Like that's honestly, we had yes, the lighting. We knew that what we wanted. We know the summer look. We knew all this stuff because prep. But I was not prepared, Be Naked, to
Yeah.
where it took off because that was not the marketing plan. The way that we got good, Twisted Hearts was our guinea pig to learn this game in marketing because we did a lot of stuff for people, but that people don't know that was our first in-house project. We shot so many projects for people. We never did that, and we had to just learn as we go, and we just had to figure this stuff out, and then now we here. So I was the opposite. Like I did not know, bro. I knew that it was gonna be good, but I did not know it was gonna get the reaction from the people. Not at all. Not at
Okay.
all.
Okay. Gina Nicole, what about you?
I saw some things that I would change, and I think like next time there's a few things that I would definitely do different. But yeah, I think I've done stuff to where I have one that actually is one of them's in. I think two of them are in the trash. You know. So
Mm.
I mean, I've definitely have done some things to where I'm like, oh man, and I might, you know, come up with some things that I could have done different. So like I said, like Kagan said, we're all learning and growing and hoping like next time it gets better and better and better. Not perfect. Always do my best and hope each time to improve. To where I'm still giving opportunities to other people, but most importantly, trying to make sure that I better myself at all times. Once you get to a point to where you feel like you know everything, not for you, in my opinion.
Okay. All right. And Black.
All right, bro, I'm sorry, real quick. The question one more time.
When you first envisioned your movie, you wrote your script, you envisioned it a certain way. When you actually shot the movie, did it come out the way you envisioned it?
Oh, hell no.
And if not, did you take notes on what to fix to make it better for the next?
Oh, absolutely. So, to hit on something I said earlier, when I do each movie, when I get that final edit, oftentimes it's not the vision I had in my head. So, one of the first things I ask myself is, why is that? Was it on me? Did I not have the money? Did I not hire the right crew? Did I not cast right? So I look internally again to see what it is I could have did to be better and apply that to the next project. No movie I've done, I've felt that I executed in my head. So that's something that I'm absolutely chasing, is to make sure that each movie I get as close to that vision as I saw it from the inception of the idea.
Okay. Okay. All right, Lakeisha.
Um, I think I'm gonna say no, and I'm gonna say no because sometimes when we write for a budget that's bigger than what we have, so we have to make adjustments. So in my head, I visioned a certain scene that looked a certain way, but my budget said not today. We're gonna have to, condense it to something else. But the overall story came across the way I wanted to come across.
Oh,
But the
so
visual aspect probably wasn't the way that I envisioned because of the budget.
okay, that happens a lot. Marv, because I know you charger your phone.
He dying. But no, he's good right now. We're charging. But that's why I'm like this. But to answer the question, I'm a perfectionist, so no project will ever be the best. It'll never be great. It's just where I gave up. It's like, okay, this is acceptable enough. But when I see it, I'm still like, I could change that. And so that's the stuff that I note, and I say, okay, let's find a solution and a plan of action to make the next one even better. Because if you're not constantly growing, then basically you're dying. So at the end of the day, for me, it's definitely all about growth. Okay, I learned what I did wrong here. Let's move to the next one. Let's make it better. So I just think that's the best way to be as a creative.
Okay. Okay. D Bailey, what you got?
No, heck no, because of budget. I mean, when we write, like Keisha said, when we write, man, we got a budget. We writing for a budget that we don't have. Uh, we thinking that we're gonna have 100, maybe 100 extras, and we only got 5. So the so the look gonna be different. We can't pay extras like in this indie world. So of course, I mean, people not gonna come out. But as far as that, no, I've never. It one of my projects is not what I envisioned. But
Okay. All right. Listen, I appreciate y'all. And let me say this real quick. For the actors that's in the chat, y'all week is next week. Y'all see it's all producers and writers and creatives on this motherfucker panel right now. Next week, it'll be y'all chance to come up here and ask questions and answer questions and just spill the beans. Y'all can retaliate on some of the shit y'all heard tonight. So yeah, Toya, Mia, y'all want to take it away, man.
Okay, so no retaliation because we are coming together as a community. Okay, one sound, one band. Now listen, I just want to take a moment really quick before our panel goes. If you could just tell the family any projects that you have up and coming, whether it's a premiere, audition, or if it's something that you're actively working on, and how they can follow you on social media, that'd be great. All right. So, Kurjan, you're up.
Kurjan Jones. Kurjan Jones on all social media. I want to say it was great being on panel with all y'all. I want to talk to y'all. I'm going to DM all you guys. Q and Coda Films on all social media. People got Twisted Hearts. We're on their own paywall right now. I announced finally our big licensing deal that we got when I can with Twisted Hearts. It was very hardworking, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Uh, Harry Hines, we shot. We're in post production right now. It was a Dallas project that people say we all came together and did an amazing project, man. It's super dope. We're in post right now. Teasers, trailers, all that snippets will be dropping soon. We're continually writing. We're casting all the time. I got a faith-based film that we're casting for. I got a Christmas film that we're about to cast for. I got a comedy that we're gonna be casting for, a slapstick we're about to be casting for. My movie, I'm gonna be starring in my own movie called Magic Cursion. They thought it was a joke, but we got a period. So I got one called Magic Cursion coming soon.
You know what?
We ain't talked about that.
So, but yeah, just follow, man. Just follow, support. We're an open book. We did an expansion. People know. What'd you say?
Oh no, I know you still going. All right, go ahead.
Dang.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, just
Okay.
that's it.
All right. That's what's up right there. Shout out to Q and Coda, Kurjan Jones of Q and Coda Films. Gina.
You can follow me on Instagram, Gina_Nicole, NACOLE. Facebook, Gina Nicole. On my business Facebook page, Genesis Productions, GINASYS. And right now I have Elite Society, of course, it's still up on Roku, Amazon Prime, and Tubi. Golden Voices 2 just dropped. It's been a few weeks ago. Golden Voices Part 2, written by Legend Brown. That just dropped. So that's the newest one. You can catch it on Tubi. It's also on YouTube. And I also was a producer on Shadows of My Past. If you guys have not seen that, by Juanita, make sure you guys check that out too as well. And that is on Tubi.
Yes. Yes. Shout out.
That's so
Gina
dope, man.
Nicole.
That's dope.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Gina, what is your production company again?
It's Genesis Productions,
I knew that.
Ginasys.
Genesis
That's
Production. Shout out. Yes, Miss
yeah.
Gina
Congratulations. I watched
Nicole.
all those movies too. That's dope. That's dope. I didn't
Yes.
even
And
know
I was
that.
an
That's dope.
extra. Yes. So don't worry. Okay.
Yeah.
Next we have
That's dope.
Kagan.
So Kagan Alexander Black is as you see it here on the screen. You can Facebook, IG, primary platforms. As far as projects that I have out now, Mojo Savage, The Drop Spot, Christmas with the Fam, Grit, all those projects are available on Tubi. Some of them are even available on Prime and Peacock. As far as what I have coming up, um, right now we're in post production. We have Smoke and Ashes that'll be out later this year. Not really doing any casting anytime soon. Me personally, as I hold actors accountable as far as being in the classroom, I'm doing my classroom work. So that's where my focus is this year is on growth in the craft. And I just want to say to all my peers on this panel, proud of all y'all. Congratulations on the projects that I know about and the ones that even I don't work, I know about, and the ones that you will have coming soon. So congratulations to everyone.
Yes. Shout out to
You as well.
Kagan. All Black Films. Yes. 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 Yes,
Oh
indeed.
wait, I'm sorry. Al Black Films, formerly it is now Black World Cinema.
All Black
Oh,
World Cinema.
Black
I
World,
like that.
just Black World Cinema, not all black.
Yeah.
Oh,
But an
okay.
all
Just
black.
Black World
Black
Cinema.
World Cinema.
Yes,
We got
ma'am.
our
Yeah.
colors in the
Okay.
cinema now. Okay.
Oh, okay. All right. Shout out. Yes, indeed. All right. We have Keisha.
Hi, you can find me Lakeisha Avery Stewart on Facebook. My business page, LAS Entertainment. Right now, we're preparing for our premiere. I'm Desperate, April the 5th.
Yeah.
Please get your ticket and come support the actors. They were wonderful. I am still casting for Give Me Mercy. So if you want to send your headshots and resume to lasentertainment at gmail.com, lasentertainment.films@gmail.com. We are still accepting submissions.
You said cash apps?
Casting.
Oh,
Casting.
Now
And
I
do
will
not
definitely send a
send,
cash
oh
app.
no, I thought you said
because
some.
we've already talked about the requirements. Do not send no selfies. You know what I'm saying? You in the car posing, none of that. Okay. Be professional, edit that photo and submit. All right.
Yeah.
Shout out
Please
to
cast me. Please
LAS.
cast me. Please cast
Yes.
me.
Please catch you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Shout out to Keisha. Okay. We have Marvin.
Hey, I'm Marvin, Dejon. It's Dion, but it's spelled Dijon. On Instagram and Facebook. I'm not really as active on Facebook, but I am on Instagram and I do follow back. And on YouTube, I'm at Marvin Dion. I'm gonna get started back on my blog eventually. But I also have content out there. Gray, No Plus One. Those are projects I created about 10 years ago. So they're still out there to check out. And then I have Cruel Ambition and Lover's Revenge out on Tubi and Amazon, and a couple others, but I don't know them right off the top of my head. My next project, my newest project, is called Villains and Victims. We just set the cast, although. But essentially, that's my next project. It's ambitious because it's a Rashomon style project with only 3 characters. So it's kind of an ambitious artistic endeavor that I'm going through there. And I'm kind of excited to get that one done so people can see it. Again, it's Marvin Dejon. So check me out. I'll follow back. And just the final word is just, we can come together as a community at some point, but if we're not going to come together as a community, just don't talk shit about people. We're all trying to create and trying to do our best.
Yes. Shout out to Marvin. Yes, Villains and Victims coming in the pipeline. Love it. Love it. But we're gonna stop by But Mary first.
That's
All
true.
right.
That's
It looks like Demarcus, you there? Demarcus. Okay. So Demarcus is not with us. I know that he just trying to be extra because I know that I seen on his page he has a birthday coming up. Him and our lovely producer, they actually share a birthday. Yeah, so shout out to early birthday love on there.
Thank
Courtney, you have anything before we close out?
Who?
Cortez, do you have
Krishan,
before we close out?
he does. Right, Krishan? Yeah.
Yeah, I have a thing. I need some extras tomorrow at 5 p.m. I'm shooting a little short. We're giving back and doing a short. If somebody can come, ask me. I need about a lot of y'all. All y'all need to come. Thank you.
All right, so family, y'all heard the man say it. Opportunity. If you're a new wave wanting to come in, or you a veteran and you are off, okay, and you just want to come and be a part of a dope production, Cursion, follow him, check out, hit him on the DM or whatever. He just said he needs some extras. All right, you're never too above that because that's how a lot of us got started. What time? What time are you?
Hey, I love extras. I love
Show
extra
up.
roles. No
See,
lines.
show
No
up.
line.
It's after work. If people got to work, 5:30 p.m.
5:30 p.m. in what part of Dallas?
Yeah,
It's
traffic.
Arlington.
In
I
Arlington.
will. I will post it. I will post it on our page so that we'll be able to see it as well. On the I mean, I'm just saying page. So if y'all want to
Perfect.
come out, you'll have the
I mean,
information.
I wasn't gonna say nothing, but since you said something about birthdays, mine next week, so just
Shout
putting
Right.
that
out
out
to
What
there.
week?
Megan. Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
birthday.
All
Yes.
these
Yo,
birthdays.
Thank you.
when?
Thank you.
Thank you,
Happy
Kagan, for
birthday.
letting us know. You're a strong supporter of. I mean, I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying?
When your
Appreciate that.
birthday?
You said what?
I said, when your birthday?
He said next week. So
Oh,
he gonna take us all out to eat next week for his birthday because it's
I'm gonna
okay.
take y'all out to eat. Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Try it. Give
Okay.
on your day. You'll feel real good. All
So
right, so
good.
family, we want to thank y'all so much for tuning in. We know the hour is grown late, but hey, listen, the jewels that was dropped on tonight, if you missed it, then you just missed it. Go back and watch the replay. All right. We want to thank you, Kurjan, Gina, Kagan, Keisha, Marvin, and Demarcus for coming and gracing our wonderful platform. Thank you so much for your time. We know that you could have been anywhere, but you decided to drop in here with the good family of I'm just saying. So
Side
y'all
note.
know how this thing go. We're gonna be here same time, same place next week. All right. So actors, actresses, be ready. All right, because y'all are up next. And I think that's all we have. Also, mark your calendars, April 1st. But I'm married, starring your girl. Super excited. We need you to tune in to Tubi for But I'm Married. Shout out to I Am Corte Entertainment for that dope production. The
Woo.
Marvin, Dion, who's on our panel tonight. So, without further ado, I'm your girl,
Yeah.
Latoya B.
Wait,
And
Carlos,
I
can you
got a
hear me?
question. Listen, no,
Can they
I'm
hear me? Because she
gonna
keep
be next.
leaving me out like I'm not an integral part of this, but I'm married.
Oh
Back
my
again.
gosh. I'm
You
not
don't want
leaving
me
you.
to be a part of it,
Let
just
me
say
tell you
that.
something, Mia. Not only am I not leaving you out,
You are.
I'm saving the best for last. Okay? Because baby, when they see you in your scene, I promise you they're gonna be like, that's all I'm gonna say, y'all. Oh, okay. Yes. Shout out to my good sis, my Judy, my boo, Mia. She's a part of that dope production too, doing her thug thizzle. It is her actor's debut, her first
Yeah.
movie with lines and everything.
Mm,
She
you
decided
got
to go from behind the camera to get in front of the camera. And y'all gonna be so proud of my good Judy. She did her thing. Did her thing, showed up and showed out. Okay. So listen, Marvin, wake up. This is what we like to do before we close out. Okay.
it.
We say our names, and then Kurjan, Gina, Kagan, Keisha, and Marvin, we would like to say y'all's names, and we're going to conclude. Okay. All right.
Are
So
we sure?
thank
Together
y'all
we
so
gonna
much.
say, I mean, I'm just
Yes.
saying.
So here we go. Okay. Follow direction. Ain't that what y'all tell people when y'all be directing? Follow direction. Okay.
So, real quick, we're gonna say our names first, and then it's gonna go in order. Okay.
It's going
And
to go in order.
say
Kurjan,
names.
Gina,
They're gonna.
Kagan,
We're
Keisha,
gonna
Marvin.
say I mean, and then it's gonna go back in order. I mean, I mean, I mean, I mean, I mean. I'm just saying.
Just saying. I'm
Okay.
All
just
right.
saying all together.
All
All
right.
right. Y'all got
That's
it. So you're
it.
gonna say your names first. Then when we bring y'all back around, y'all gonna say, I mean, I mean, I mean, I mean. Okay. Now listen, we're not gonna be working with y'all if y'all can't fill in real quick and come in the clutch.
No.
And we'll
Recast me.
recast. All right. So, family, thank y'all so much for tuning in with us. I'm your girl, Latoya B.
And I'm be naked.
F baby.
Curzon.
Gina Nicole.
Black.
Keisha.
Marvin Dion.
I mean,
I
Mean.
mean.
Amen.
I'm in.
I mean.
I mean.
I'm
Mean.
just
just
I'm just
saying.
saying.
saying. Yes, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you same place, same time next week.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Shut
Thank you
it.
so much.
Everybody, I need merch.
Welcome to the show where we keep it real. Maybe politics, we got that feel. Hot topics, life, we bring the heat. Words of encouragement, we can't be beat. Indie films, industry talk, shining bright. Mia, Latoya B, be naked, keeping it tight. Produced by Corte, the beats don't stop. Tune in, get ready, we're always on top. I'm just saying, let's go.